One area of our business where we impact the local communities pretty heavily is the school systems. So we work for school systems all over the northern part of the state of New Jersey. We operate their water systems, their wastewater systems. We do a lot of their permitting and compliance work, and we ensure that the water that the kids drink is clean. We go out and do the sampling to ensure that it's not contaminated. And we also treat the wastewater that's being generated at a lot of these facilities as well before it gets discharged to the environment. So we are supporting the local community through supporting the boards of education and the local school systems.
This is Echo. Echo Electric Supply is an independently owned and operated wholesale electrical distributor and has been since 1950. They take great pride in providing value-added products because they understand the needs of their customers. Sometimes those needs are more unique, and that's not a problem. And with 18 locations throughout the Midwest, they can provide fair price services and solutions to more people than ever before. This is Echo.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody. Racing Revolution is back. After an off week, it's time to shake off the dust off the boots and get back in the race car. Thanksgiving has come and gone, and sometimes the caloric overload can cause a little wipe of the memory. So let's try to do a little bit of a throwback to last week, or a couple weeks ago, that is. Nashville Super Speedway. That was the track where Robert Roeder once again brings home a win for the four-star industry team with Caleb Gilbert and Nick Alves close behind. This was actually the first time, guys, if you remember, that the entire team had placed in all three podium positions, so we'll see if they can reduplicate that here tonight. I don't believe so, kind of checking from what some of these other guys are saying. It is looking pretty ugly out there, but hopefully he's going to have a better shot at it here tonight, getting out there and out front. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough here, Stella, but we're going to see what we got going on here at Iowa. Definitely a good shot at what we're seeing here today, Iowa Speedway. That track was built by Rusty Wallace and took only about $70 million to build. As I would say, only $70 million. That is something to see as we're taking a look at it from the top here. Only about 7/8 of a mile track here. It's been really struggling to keep all the seats full here. And Stella, I mean, they have it lined up here for 30,000 seats, so why does it seem like such an issue?
Well, I call this track a casualty of COVID. They had all, ARCA, everything, Indy running here, NASCAR, but once it closed for those 2 years and came back in 2020, NASCAR did not return.
Yeah, definitely something to see. I believe Kansas has a little bit to do with it here. Definitely, not being able to put butts in the seats either. It's going to be definitely tough for these drivers out there, as right now we got qualifying underway. John Fike right now sitting on the pole, but he is going to be unseated quickly there by Tay McDonald. So Tay McDonald doing a great job out here already, but we'll see if any more of these drivers out here so far can do anything. Now, I know a few options out there for Iowa is a super bumpy track. These cars don't really like to kind of get hammered around and put themselves into the wall if they are unable to stay maintaining contact, but it is definitely going to be something we want to watch out for here, Stella, especially out of four. when these guys are coming out of 4 and you actually see a little bit of a damage up there on that Iowa number 4, that there is a little bit of a bump and kind of a slide mark there. And already, look at you guys blowing up the chat. I love it. ZZ Limmy out there. Let's go Burns. Daryl Johnson, what's up tonight? Jaden Tom. Oh, yeah, God, I love it. Go Team Disconnect. So we'll see actually what Jeremy Burns can do right now, sitting in the 6th position at this point on the qualifying. They still got a few minutes to go ahead and get their butts out there and try to see if they can put some more times down. If I'm not mistaken, I think we got James Loveland in the number 2 Chevrolet, getting him rolling out there. Definitely appreciate you guys joining us. I wasn't sure if anybody else was going to remember that there was a race here for the Racing Revolution, seeing that we had that off week. But this is going to be the last clutch of races before we head to the playoffs. Iowa will be tonight. Daytona Roval will be next week. Homestead, boy, that's going to be a tough one for some of those drivers. I know it is for me. I fry the right front tire off on that place. And then we head back to Daytona. So not Daytona twice. One of them's a Roval, and then we'll be back to the Super Speedway to the Chapman Last Chance 200 on that one. But tonight, the Echo Electric Supply 200. And let's take a look at what we've got for our race deal here tonight and what the track is looking like. 200 laps. Stage break will be at 35. I will admit, seeing the stage break at 35, that is really early. If it were me, I'd want that stage break probably about that 45-50 mark. That way I'm about a quarter of the way through. Only 5 sets of tires on this one, I believe, after the set they have on there. And the fuel window. Keep in mind, this fuel window is going to be about that 50-lap mark. So these guys somewhere between that 46 to 52 is going to be pretty rough for these guys to continue running out there. If I were to guess here, Stella, from the outside looking in, tires are going to be more of an issue here than fuel.
Yeah, I'm assuming that right front once again.
Yes, definitely for sure. You're going to see these guys trying to bank on the outside of it here a little bit. But let's keep an eye on that track temperature at 84 degrees, 83 in the air. So if there's one thing true, it's going to be a while before these tires tack up and get stuck onto the track. And I think that's why we're seeing some of these guys and their qualifying times is looking a little weird and a little slow here tonight. But hopefully these guys will be able to continue to churn and get their way up to the front. It's definitely going to be a good, to me, it's going to be a good race. I think everybody's going to be really pushing their way toward the front here and giving us a good show, honestly. But we'll see what else we've got out here. I believe about another 20 seconds left here in the qualifying match. And then we'll get locked and loaded here and back onto the track. So far, I believe I've got 20 drivers here tonight. Looks like everybody a little sleepy. I'm hoping Alex Kenton in the 89 is going to grid up for us here tonight. I know he did not put any times down. And we'll see kind of if he that 89 Chevrolet can get his way out there. All right, let's go ahead and take it our starting lineup here. As we get them collected up here momentarily, let's see if we can get a couple of them here on the track. There we go. All right. Let's take a look at our starting grid here tonight. James Loveland, Blake Cook starting in the front row. Nick Alves and Alex Berube starting 3 and 4. Tay McDonald sitting 5th. Trevor Erhardt in 6th. Robert Roeder starting back in the 7th position, right next to Jeremy Burns. That'll be a good rivalry night, right next to each other, the 53 and the number 9. Parker Johnson sitting in 9th. Logan Romney 10th. John Fike starting on the inside of the 6th row with Michael Bennett starting on the outside. So we'll see if that 14 Chevrolet can get his way up toward the front, rotating here to the back. The backpack here starting with Justice Murphy. Caleb Gilbert on the outside. It'll be Adam Bowden. Let's see how he can do in the 83. I'm definitely expect to see him try to turn this around a little bit. Grant Thorpe sitting 16th. Jacob Sirkovich 17th. David Buell sitting in that 18th position, so he's got a lot of work here to do. With Kevin Orlando sitting 19th and Alex Kenton 20th. So it looks like Kevin Kardashian will be starting back there in the 19th position. Hopefully he's able to get his way toward the front, especially being so separated from the 4-Star Industries team, who's mostly up toward the front. So we'll see if that 27 machine can get his way back up there. All right, I was recommended that might be a good one for Mr. Orlando out there. All righty. 200 laps for this one, ladies and gentlemen. It'll go a lot faster than you think it will. I think we're about 20 some odd seconds here per lap, so it's definitely looking pretty good. I know a lot of drivers out there were saying the person to keep your eye on is that 73 machine of Tay McDonald. Definitely he is going to be one of those guys you want to keep your eye on. He's going to be fast. He's going to figure out this way. And especially for that Echo Electric 200 out there, he's going to be the man on the move. He's really going to know what to do. So we'll keep an eye on him here as we're taking an eye on him here there at home. He's feeling pretty lucky here tonight here at his home track of Iowa. Alrighty, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Stellick, all right, talk to me. You know, kind of as a driver out here, what do you think kind of the best, best option is out here for these guys to get around this track without, to me, absolutely burning these tires up and kind of ruining the race?
Well, I'm assuming find a line and try to stick to it. If you're going to be on the low side, try to stay low. And, high side is great, but you're going to fry them.
Yeah, we're going to see what we can get going. So we got two drivers out there, and especially out there in the chat. Thank you guys for reminding me out here. Yes, it is a super hard track, and we'll see what we can get going on here. The people who, their home track, Tay McDonald, Jeremy Burns. And Jeremy Burns looks like he's rolling the, they said kind of a throwback scheme out here, so we'll see if he's kind of got anything going on out there, or the original paint scheme, I believe is what they're calling it.
That's his anniversary disconnect game that he did.
Okay. I'm fairly certain I saw that in the throwback, didn't I?
Yes.
Oh, man. All right, Jeremy Burns is going to see if he can give us a good show here tonight. He's got a lot of work to do because James Loveland and Blake Cook are going to take us to the green flag here momentarily as Barney's getting locked and loaded there in the flag stand here at Iowa. Watch the bumps occasionally while we get around this track as these guys are going to kind of hump right there. You see a little bump is right at that Geico restart zone. And we are underway to start the Echo Electric Supply 200 here. And we are beginning lap 1. James Loveland getting out to the front at this point, no problem. Make sure he gets the angle so far. What lane these guys want to pick, it's up to them. Top line right now seems to be the fastest out there. But like we were saying, tires, and definitely what these guys have got to be careful of is running that top line so soon it's going to tear the tires right off the rim. And that we may have some guys into the wall on this one. So right now, Loveland, Cook, and Alves, 1, 2, and 3. No problem at there. Running back to Bruve. Trevor Erhardt sitting in that 5th position. Seeing if he can look down onto the inside. But let's watch out. Robert Roeder now getting passed here by Jeremy Burns. Looks like these two have switched up positions here. So now it will be Roeder will move to 7th, stay in 7th place. Tay McDonald has fallen back down to 8th. So definitely didn't get the line he wanted to start in here tonight and is now on his way backwards. Out there in the chat, they say Disconnect formally celebrated its 4th anniversary yesterday, so it's the last race he'll be repping the throwback. We'll see about that. We've been talking to him, and he's been pretty excited about running that Team Disconnect colors out there and that paint scheme. As the number 11 looks like Logan Romney's loose. Good job there by Tay McDonald kind of checking up there. Definitely don't want to lose that front pack, but Tay McDonald rolled up into the 11 Skittles car here and made contact, but these guys are straightening out here a little bit, but definitely going to be tough. I believe we have a battle up here. Looks like Nick Alves is having some trouble up here. Nick Alves now dropped down 2 positions here so far, taken by Berube and Trevor Erhardt. So that 24 car is definitely having a hard time hooking in here at Iowa. If I got to admit one thing here, Stella, just looking from the chat and talking to some of these guys, somebody's now starting to question who in the world picked this track to go onto the schedule.
I think they have that conversation quite often.
Well, I'm wondering if it was a conversation that also happened with NASCAR themselves, seeing that this tire compound, if that's what they want to call it, how it kind of handles out here, how it's kind of forced to be. And we're seeing so many tire failures out of these next-gen cars that why would you want to put that somewhere like here that's extremely hard on tires when you can't even get the tires down on, a super speedway or Bristol or Nashville?
Yeah, I guess you would call this track tire aggressive.
Yeah, well, it's definitely abrasive for sure, as it looks like Trevor Erhardt is trying to take a peek around the inside here of Alex Berube. Not too much here. If you guys remember a little bit about that Bikes for Tykes run, this looks kind of familiar out there. But we'll see how the Mountain Man can get it done. Right now, Jeremy Burns is up 2 positions, almost into the top 5 here so far. But really, you see a couple guys moving around here. You know, Tay McDonald's fallen down to the 11th position. Down 6 places. Trevor Erhardt, Burns, Romney, and Fike. Right now, both these guys have moved up 2 positions here so far. So a lot of guys just kind of slightly eking up, and some of them are just kind of getting a little bigger fallback.
Oh, we have a question out in the chat also. It says, what truly makes a track harder than one, from the other? Is it the angle of the turns, how wide the lanes are, etc.?
It's actually a combination of both. Sometimes it can be the racing surface itself. When it goes between asphalt and concrete, if there's not enough banking and you're trying to take a lot of speed into the turn, it definitely, you have to apply more turning force, which applies more pressure to the turning tire on the outside, which of course would be the right front here. Some guys do say they have a problem there at the back left, but not as much here at this track just in general. But normally width doesn't matter sometimes. If this, I would say here, Stella, if this thing was banked somewhere around that 24 to 26 degrees, this thing would be, this track would be insane. This thing would be moving some sort of fierce that the turn would help the car turn itself instead of the driver having to turn it as much. But it looks like a battle back here for Jeremy Burns and Robert Roeder. Roeder's finally got those tires heated up, and he's going to give it a shot here toward the inside. Definitely both these guys are very patient on each of their tracks that they race at. Definitely kind of wait everybody out and kind of push their around. And Jacob Comer out there, is Byrne the greatest? Yes. I love it. I love it as these guys are getting around the track here, no problem. I want to see if I can take a peek here actually at the standings here and kind of figure out what we're doing playoffs-wise. Right now, locked in, if you guys don't remember, I'll show you, I'll remind you. Roeder, Erhardt, Berube, Loveland, Gilbert, and Burns, and Parker Johnston. All right, so we got 7 guys locked into the playoffs. That means we still got 4 spots up for grabs. Right now in points, that puts Justice Murphy in 8th, Grant Thorpe in 9th, Kevin Orlando 10th, Nick Alves into 11th, and Brandon Richardson in 12th. Now, you wouldn't think that would have kind of changed or moved around a lot, but we'll see if they have that updated for sure. I'm not sure. I thought Nick Alves with a solid top 3, that may have slid him higher into the points running here. But if there's one thing you don't want to do here, Stella, is really kind of gamble here on making it on points. You want to get that win, but when you've got drivers like Erhardt, Roeder, and Burns, it's almost impossible. You've got to have, almost a perfect night to really blow by these guys and get yourself a win.
Well, depending on the track, I have seen just that out here before.
Yeah, definitely for sure. But, how can you not... I'm not saying too much here about Roeder, but you've even said if he's in 12th position, he's still got a chance for the win. And even if that is with only with 3 laps left to go, and we've seen it happen. I think we saw it at Talladega. I think we saw it... holy cow, where was that one where he got caught up and passed James Lovell on the last lap? That was a heartbreaker.
Oh, the one by like thousandths of a second.
Yeah, I don't think that was Michigan. I feel like that was Chicagoland, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was Chicagoland that happened. But you see these tracks, they're starting to definitely kind of heat up here. Right now, let's take a look here at James Loveland here. Right now, his best lap is a 23.91. His last lap passing that line right there is a 24.6.
Already losing.
Yeah, so we are falling off something fierce. I'm definitely expecting to see only 20 laps into this thing. We're going to have fall-offs of possibly over 2 seconds of fall-off here at Iowa. No, is not very friendly here to tires, that is for sure. So, and that is what tires are what win races. So that is going ahead and heating up another battle here. It looks like Trevor Erhardt has, from the 5th position where we saw him, gone ahead behind Alves and now into 3rd around Blake Cook. So, Trevor Erhardt knows how to save tires, but really he may be pushing at this point, and I can't blame him. Because of what these guys are looking for at this moment is trying to score themselves a stage win. And a stage win will get them another bonus playoff point, and definitely Loveland, already with 1 win and 1 stage win, is trying to see if he can lock himself another one up here. But with that second gap between him and Alex Berube, he's feeling pretty comfortable right now.
Okay, so the stage win also is important. It's not just a time to stop and take a break for tires and gas.
Absolutely not, but I would definitely, I would want to keep in mind, and I am going to be actually very concentrated on pit strategy here tonight. If these guys have enough tires to make it, you know, like I said, probably that fuel window, about that 50 lap mark, the tires will be burned up by then, and the key is not wrecking the car out by the time it happens. But we're still keeping an eye here on Trevor Erhardt here. Still really getting going around the track, looking and fighting around Berube here on the inside. Right now, Trevor Erhardt really concentrated on getting around him, and he does. Not just quite as Berube still holding that outside line.
But I noticed Berube for the past few laps has been a little wagging of the tail.
Yeah, he is definitely having some trouble. They've been talking before about how the tires hold up, and really kind of about that 20 lap mark. I believe the rear tires, they're going to start letting go. This car is going to start plowing through the turns and see if they can battle back toward the front. But taking a look there at Trevor Erhardt and that Black Rifle coffee down there on his hat, looking pretty good. But man, he is definitely concentrated on what he is doing tonight. That moves us to Alex Berube, who's been having a little bit of trouble out here tonight so far. Looks like he ditched the VR and he's going back to the monitor.
Tried and true.
Yeah, definitely trying to definitely keep on the move here. I believe we got to move back there with Blake Cook and Logan Romney. We'll check that out here in just a second. But definitely these guys are trying to make their moves here so far. Logan Romney down to the bottom of the 4. And Logan Romney actually falling back there before is now starting to move back up. And I think this is what I've been talking about on that tire conservation. Is that's what these guys are doing, is that, you know, they're letting all the rest of these cars pass them, let it happen, and then start turning it on. I mean, Tay McDonald, he's now back up to 8th. So Tay is now starting to wait these tires out, let the guys burn the tires off. They're fast, but now it's time to turn it on. Tay, look at that. Tay McDonald super fast on the exit of this turn. Definitely trying to see if he can slide around Blake Cook here. And he might just have him there coming out of turn 2. Not too shabby here by that 73 Ford, sitting into 7th. Definitely good rotation here so far, and your eyes are not failing you here, Stella, as you see that 4 car get a little loose there and staying toward the top line. So definitely not where he wants to be, and he's going to have a hard time collecting this one up. I want to know out there in the chat, it looks like we got a bunch of guys out there rooting for Burns. I'm wondering where Sean Lattin is for Robert Roeder out there. Terry Erhardt, where are you? Tell me what you think. As you know, you think Trevor might have this. As Trevor's really kind of holding off about that, about a second and a quarter here to catch up to the lead of James Loveland. James Loveland's really just absolutely pulling away with this one, which he's got to be feeling real good about that.
Oh yeah, I think he has found his magic groove.
Yeah, definitely for sure. As we're taking a look here, right along with James Loveland, looking back at Trevor Erhardt, who's in tow, trying to see if he can catch him there, but he's just got that. He's got the turnout here. Because if you keep an eye, watch how you see Trevor Erhardt catch him on the entry of the turn. You see how he catches up right there? But Loveland's got the exit here. That's where he's pulling away, right there.
Pulls away.
Yep. Yeah, doing a great job here so far. And definitely wheeling this car around here. And not diving down to the yellow line like you see some drivers. You kind of see he's staying about that median line. And that might just be working for him here so far. Keeping these tires all in one piece. It's going to be tough, and it's not going to be easy by any means.
Well, we've got somebody out here, Linda's saying good luck, Tay McDonald.
All right. Hopefully Tay does a good job here. You know, like I said, I definitely expect to see Tay do pretty well. I think he's just kind of waiting it out here a little bit. I think he's kind of trucking around. He's almost back to his qualifying position here as you see him getting ready to look on the inside here of Robert Roeder. Yeah, Daryl Johnson, you're right. That 73 car is the fastest right now on the track. About a 25.61. Loveland and Erhardt are still a little faster than him, but there he goes, right around him. Something also to keep in mind there, Daryl, out there in the chat, buddy. Kind of watch what he's doing here. This is going to be crucial here for Tay McDonald, the way he's driving in the long run. Right now, I figured these guys would have been hammering, seeing that lap 35. I mean, we only got a few more laps here, and we're under stage caution, and we're going to re-rack them. So, definitely something to see. Don't want to slide through your pit box, especially during pit. I'm assuming these guys are going to take 4 tires, because it's going to be a long one after this.
But I appreciate their patience, and I understand since there's no fast repair on this track for this league tonight, they're going to try to keep it clean. Let's have some green flag racing.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And, yeah, right now we're looking at Loveland, Erhardt, Alves, Berube, and Tay McDonald, who's now broken into the top 5. Not too bad. Logan Romney and Blake Cook have really been battling out most of this. Whoa, man. Logan Romney trying his best to hold that car onto the track right now. I would be curious what gear these guys are hanging in. I wonder if they're hanging out in that 4th. Oh, man. There he goes.
Clink.
Man, we saw... I can't believe we're right here with it. All right, I want to see actually where Justice Murphy's trying to end up here. As he's trying to almost force a 3-wide condition in the All About Bugs number 12 Chevrolet here, dropping down in the middle. But he tucks in behind Caleb Gilbert of the number 40. Looks like he's keeping in the Silver Bullet, which seems to be working so far. He broke himself into the top 10 here. As we are at lap 35 at this point. We'll kind of keep an eye and watch and see when that caution comes out. I think, Stella, actually, with the broadcasting I do and the ones you do with me, something in my mind tells me that every once in a while, I think it's this league that kind of trips me up. They wait and finish lap 35. Some, as soon as it says 35, caution comes out. I think this league actually finishes lap 35 and the caution comes out.
Well, it's out now, so
That it
let's
is.
see what they do.
Yeah,
They all
definitely.
come in at once and risk bumping into each other, or do they try to stay out and make one extra lap and beat the pace car?
Yeah, what I would say is no one at this point, I believe, is a lap down at this point. I see Alex Kenton might have tried to come out onto the track, but I think he might be out of the race here right now. Already back to the garage. I think something might have happened. Back there, he pit back on lap 23, so we'll see if he is out for the night or if he's having some disconnect problems. Haha. 14 disconnect out there, Jeremy Burns.
Hey.
Yes. But, man, you want to talk about, right now, biggest mover here of the race is Grant Thorpe in that 77 Chevrolet. Right now, Grant Thorpe's doing a really great job out there, rotated back to the Tennessee scheme. I preferred his black Tennessee scheme, to be honest. I like that blackout theme. Nope. Yeah, but he said, nope, I am not here for you, but I am here for me and my sponsor.
I'm old school orange.
There we go. All right, well, let's see how these guys go. Honestly here, Stella, I would not be surprised to see a
That's
4-tire
everybody.
pit stop, full tank of fuel. Because these guys may or may not be able to stretch this thing maybe about that lap 80 mark before they're going to need tires here. But definitely see how many we can get shot out of here.
I'd say the 80 mark, and they're going to be needing gas.
Well, yeah, if not tires before, and that's all I'm saying is I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That would be the edge of their fuel window. But the key is when is the time to call it quits? When is a good time to, instead of, okay, I'm almost out of fuel, it's, man, I'm so slow because of my tires. Let's come in, get tires, top off the fuel, and get back out there instead of trying to play the fuel mileage game. Because if you're running, 2.5, let's say worst case scenario, 3 seconds slower than the rest, in less than 8 to 10 laps, I'm gonna pass you.
Yes.
I'm gonna get my lap back, and you still have to pit. So it's really the pit strategy is going to be huge here, along with kind of how they race, how you conserve your tires, and what they do to get back out there and on top. So a little bit of a change up here during pit stops. Loveland Erhardt Raider moves up to that 3rd position. Lick Alves into 4th, and Tay McDonald holding right there in the 5th position. Grant Thorpe comes out and stops right there in the 6th position. Blake Cook into 7th. Caleb Gilbert 8th. Berube falls back to 9th, and Justice Murphy in 10th. So a lot of guys starting to kind of rotate around a whole bunch. Right now, guys who have held their lines and positions here so far, all the way back here in 11th and 12th, Fike and Bennett. So these guys will be starting next to each other again. Kevin Orlando, we saw him in the back of the pack. He's fought his way up to the 13th position. And right now, per all the pit stop times, everybody thought the exact same thing. Fix the car and get it squared away. Interesting enough, Alex Berube had about a 18-second pit stall time, and that was about 3 seconds longer, 3 to 4 seconds longer than everybody else.
Say, tell me about Burns, because he's way back here in the 15th, and Bowden came out, and he was 20-something seconds behind the pack.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And Bowden actually had a 30-second pit stop. Logan Romney had a 33-second pit stop.
Yeah.
And Burns had a 19-second pit stop. And I'm wondering if some of these guys are either making adjustments back at home or if there was any damage, if any kind of rotate up. So I would assume somebody like Logan Romney. We saw him in the 11. We saw him make contact with the wall. There's no sense in continuing driving here tonight with damage this early in the race. The more aerodynamic drag you have on the front of the car, the more it's going to tear up these tires. So definitely watch out for a lot of these drivers. But it's looking like the number 9 out here still, he may have had some problems early. Let's see if we can take a pic here at Team Disconnect Jeremy Burns here. And hopefully he can get his way around. See if the Mountain Man can get it done. Looks like he's changed his background there a little bit.
Check it out. He must have some serious breeze going in there to keep him cool.
Yep. Definitely for sure. It looks like a flag's moving. It might even have Ricky Bobby back there.
Oh. Now, I noticed out in the chat, the whole Team Disconnect, it says, funny story, that's actually the inspiration behind the organization's name. It was called Disconnect because of his terrible internet.
Oh. Well, I would assume that's also the Wi-Fi symbol on the front end of the car. It looks like a little router, so definitely for sure, I can't blame him here. Definitely the inspiration. I love it. I love it. I was going to say, I think I actually got the inspiration from this, my company here, from my kids and my wife as well. All right, let's get ahead and get going here. James Loveland, Raider here in the front. Whoa! Raider gets the jump and definitely swings in front of Erhardt. Definitely proving he wants to take into the front. Tay McDonald slides underneath the Alves, and man, these guys are shuffling already. Definitely inside line, trying to really force their will onto the bottom and see if they can get their way around. The longer they hold these guys up toward the top line, the more they're going to burn up their tires first. And that might just be the strategy here. Everybody staying off the wall there so far. Justice Murphy into the 11th position. Let's see if that silver bullet of Caleb Gilbert can stay there on the outside, and how long can he hang? He might see if he can get Blake Cook to get behind him, but Blake Cook still pushing that number 4 here onto the bottom. Doesn't look like any battles here toward the front. Raiders still behind Loveland just a little bit. As they look like they tuck in. Raider still in front of Trevor Erhardt. But we saw how the last run went here, Stella. Trevor Erhardt kind of waits, and then they pick up speed. And that's exactly what I'm expecting Tay McDonald to do here in that 73. See if he can hold out just a little bit and figure out how to get his way up front. But they call the king of saving tires out there will be Grant Thorpe. So we'll see if he can do anything here.
Okay, well, because I'm still watching to see whether Loveland continues his dominance of being able to pull away at the exit of each turn.
Yeah, well, definitely. And right now, with your points leader here in the season, right now, that 53 of Robert Roeder has got to be watching Loveland here. He's got to be figuring out his driving line and definitely take a different approach getting through these turns, kind of figuring out, all right, that's how James is doing it. And I think it's, like I said, I think it's going to come down to pit strategy. When these guys pit, is this the angle? Is this how I push? Because right now, if you think about it, Raider he's got to drive faster and he's got to push harder to catch Loveland here, or Loveland needs to make a mistake. I mean, it's got to happen. So it's kind of give or take right now. And right now, we've seen Raider kind of hang out behind. We saw him hang out behind Ray Lane last year at Charlotte. You didn't, I did. But what he did is he sat back for so long, and then Lane burned up his tires, and Robert Roeder just took off. And I mean, just left him like he had brand new tires on the car. So that's the whole thing, is just kind of waiting your turn, find your moment, and then go. And right now, Trevor Erhardt, Robert Roeder, and Loveland, these three up here in the front, this is going to be a pretty dangerous trio here of figuring out, who's going to do what and who makes the mistake first.
Yeah, and Nick Alves sitting in 4th saying, Go ahead, guys. Make a mistake.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And we'll see, kind of see what happens there. I actually want to rotate back here to Kevin Orlando, who's fighting here in the 12th position, around behind Justice Murphy. It looks like kind of this clutch of 3 cars here have had a pretty bad separation from Justice Murphy. Definitely a good, good quarter of a second behind, if I'm not mistaken. Orlando behind Murphy, and then I believe another second all the way to catch John Fike. So I don't know if there's a different strategy here, or these guys kind of hanging back, but Parker Johnson, winner of Road America there in the 48, seeing if he can kind of push his way back to the front. Definitely, I would expect, somebody who can road race a whole lot, they know about tires. You start diving in too hard on the rights, and, then you got no grip turning left or anything like that. You would think that may be a better area for them, but we'll see if these guys have anything better out there. Taking a look here at Justice Murphy, I'm not mistaken. Yes, we are. Justice Murphy in the number 12. Let's see if he's got anything for us out there. There he is. Getting around there.
It's funny because they came in 1 and 2 on that road course. So it's interesting here that you're saying that, they should have a different tactic, or maybe perhaps the same tactic for saving tires, and here they are right next to each other.
Yeah. Now, taking the throwback, these guys have raced back at Iowa for the bikes for Tykes and the trucks. And it's something else to kind of keep in mind here is the winner of that bikes for Tykes, although it was, kind of just a charity race, Trevor Erhardt won that race, and Roeder was in second. And that was definitely a shootout there at the end. Roeder had some damage on the front. Logan Romney came third. Grant Thorpe came fourth, and Jeremy Burns was fifth at that track. So definitely a lot of different guys trying to kind of shift around here a little bit. Jeremy Burns now back to the 17th position. I don't know if something's going on with his car or what's going on here, but he's had a huge fall off. I know all his fans out there are kind of rooting him on, hoping he's going to kind of pick up the pace here a little bit. Right now, his last lap was about a 24.72, and right now 24.35 is Roeder's last lap there, as he has taken over James Loveland onto the track for a quick pass here.
So an uneventful pass?
As this point, we can actually roll that back. Roeder actually passing him here. Let's take a shot from the top side and take a look and see what that looks like. Definitely caught him on the rotate outside of 4 here. Now you see the bumps that Loveland's hitting down on the bottom. That's why
I was just going to ask you if he took advantage of where he was going to hit those bumps.
Yes, and that's why you see the guys are up a little higher. As he pushed Loveland a little closer to the bottom there, you saw Loveland's left side start bump, 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 and that's where he took him over. That's where he got him on the spin. So it's definitely, you see there's a line out there on the track not to hit. Roeder gets down into him right there, but really he doesn't have anything to worry about behind him, as Erhardt is now trapped behind Loveland, and Loveland's starting to fall off here a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, not too shabby. The way I look at it here is, yes, they may be falling off a little bit, but right now is a perfect time for these guys to just go ahead, kind of get a good feel out. And I mean, we've only had, we pit back on lap 37 here, 20 laps into this one. So not too bad. We had a couple caution laps in, as well as that, but let's say, we'll say kind of best case scenario, 18 laps, 20 laps on these tires. We're doing okay. Now all of a sudden things are going to start loosening up, and really a great time for Roeder to pass right now, because everybody's getting ready to start loosening up. The car is going to start plowing, and last thing you want to do is be fighting a race car and trying to make a pass. So might as well pass while the tires are good, and then try to hold them off while the tires are bad.
And stay up front, because if the tires get bad and wrecks start happening, at least you're already free and clear.
Yeah, 100%. But James Loveland taking away that stage win, so it'll get him another point here. That should be tying him up with Alex Berube for the 3rd position in the playoffs.
May we see the lap times on your tower for
Would
a
you
moment?
like to see last lap times?
Yes.
Boom. Done.
There we go.
There you go. So, yeah, you kind of see a little bit of difference here about kind of how these guys are out there running. And kind of who is a little bit slower. You see David Buell out there at about 25. Right now, he's the only one, along with Grant Thorpe, running 25-second laps so far. right now compared to those laps. You see a 24:84 tied by Rader and Loveland. These are their fastest times out there. That's their best times.
That's their best. Okay.
Right. So you're starting to see the fall off at this point. When you got 23s, 24s out there, right now we're running about almost just shy of 25 seconds. Only, just barely over that 20 mark on the lap. So that's definitely going to be, you're kind of seeing the fall off at this point. So if we're 20 laps into it, let's double it again. We still within our fuel window, and we're going to drop another 1.5 seconds off. So careful where these guys have to be. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw Trevor Erhardt take a lick into that wall coming out of 2.
Well, I was just thinking, looking at the times, I was trying to digest whether it was, basically relative. So far, yes, everybody's slowing down, but everybody's kind of slowing down in relation to everybody else.
Yeah, look at this good drive here by Nick Alves, taking a peek back there at Alex Berube. Wow, that is awesome. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. Hang on there, Nick Alves, because Berube's coming. Nick Alves has the outside line. Definitely tears up that tire, but it will give you that turn exit you're looking for as we take a look at the 73 starting to catch up here a little bit. Good job there by Nick Alves. Fantastic job getting around there as we see these guys continuing to battle down the backstretch here. Let's take a look here, actually moving around. Oh, man, look at Caleb Gilbert. Looking pretty slick there, buddy. Let's see if we can take a look out the windshield here as we are under caution. Looks like something might have happened. Yeah, I'm unsure about anything. Let me see if we can drum up that replay and see what we got going on here. And see what caused our yellow flag. If I'm not mistaken, I believe John Fike might have gotten into this one, but we are going to take a look. Same time with you. Let's take a look at it here. Let's give John Fike a run here. In front of Logan Romney. Bottom side is Justice Murphy. Oh, Logan Romney rolled up a little bit. Oh, man. And that is going to do it. But not too bad. Look at that. I mean, not too bad.
Nice save.
So right now, if it were you, what would you do as a race car driver? Not after the race. We're under caution right now. What would you do?
Oh, I'd go in and get one side tires and fill up with gas.
All right, and that's exactly what a lot of these drivers are doing, heading down pit road at this point. We're going to take another look here, top side at this replay here. Kind of see this rotation. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Logan Romney must have getting pretty loose there. And then making contact here with the 09. All right. Back live, everybody. Here we go. Right now, pit stops are happening at this point. Everybody coming down pit lane. Actually, now coming out of pit lane. Which is now going to shuffle up most of our guys out there, except really not really shuffling our top 5. Our top 5 is still maintaining so far. Looks like John Fike is able to maintain and keep his car. Let's take a look at our top 5. Rader, Loveland, Erhardt. As to be
except for Alves.
Correct, and that's where we're going to move back. But looks like Berube actually outpit him here.
Yeah.
Berube, Caleb Gilbert, and then Nick Alves. So Nick Alves actually fell off, but the ironic part here is actually Nick Alves had a 2 seconds slower pit time, like pit lane time. His pit stall time was a 14:62. Berube was a 15:67.
So he came down pit lane slower than the others.
Right.
Driving.
So he actually kind of drug, and what may have happened is he got jammed up on somebody down pit lane, and he may have had to come to a stop before he got into his box or coming out of his box. It definitely may have jammed up, and he swung to the outside to get clear of somebody, and it may have spun off a little time. Definitely, when you kind of keep in mind what they're doing here, when they come down for that pit stop, if Alves pits, he's coming out, and then you got Berube and Caleb Gilbert, they pull out and swing in front of him, Alves has to check up or he's going to drive through their cars. Okay. All right, out there, back to the chat. Let's see what we got. What a take there by the 53. You're right. That was definitely an awesome pass there, and he still maintains the lead. Let's get to Daryl Johnson. How many sets of tires do they have? 5 sets of tires for Lane here. We've already sawed off 2 of them here, bud, and right now, not even halfway through this race. That has got to be they got to be careful. They got to be careful. They might just have enough that if they pit maybe, every 35, 40 laps here, they're going to make it. But it's going to be a heck of a shootout there toward the end, and we'll definitely hope for the best for all those drivers out there. Big mover right now. We saw him back there with Logan Romney. Justice Murphy finally getting a break into the top 10, sitting 9th. Kevin Orlando, we saw him from the back, sitting 10th. So looking pretty good here so far. Really, we don't talk about him much. Blake Cook in the number 4. He's getting up front as well. He's got to really have the pedal to the metal this time. He's up here with the big dogs. We're kind of rolling around with them. We'll see how he can do. Because right now, the faster drivers that have been behind him, of Murphy, Grant Thorpe right now, and I'm waiting to see if Jeremy Burns is going to kind of open this thing up.
He's only come up once, one space since they had the previous caution.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what exactly happened to him here tonight. I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong. I don't see any damage to the car. I'm just wondering if he's waiting it out here. I'm wondering if he's trying to see if he can kind of plan and fight his way back to the front. I've been wrong before, but it's still definitely a possibility. As pace car lights are off, it will be ducking on into pit road, and we're going to be back under one of my favorite colors during racing. And then we'll see if Trevor Erhardt gets the jump here with Raeder to slide underneath James Loveland. That is going to be awesome. But if I'm not mistaken here, Stella, Red Mist. I think that's what they're waiting on. That's it. Red Mist.
Oh,
waiting for the
yes.
Red Mist. There you go. There's one reaching back. I remember that one. All right, Robert Raeder taking off for a restart here, and Erhardt does get the jump. Erhardt down to the bottom, and now will be Trevor Erhardt and Robert Raeder 1 and 2. Loveland falls back to 3rd. Definitely not happy about where he's sitting, especially after taking pole position here. Berube on the inside here of Tay McDonald. Tay McDonald seeing if he could do a little bit of work here. Not too shabby as Raeder's trying to make sure he gets separation from Trevor Erhardt.
And Alves is right on the back end of Berube, trying to stay on that inside line and see if he can get his spaces back.
Absolutely, but as you take a look there at Berube as he takes that inside line, you almost saw the front end of his car hop, so he's got to be careful. That's definitely not what you want to see. Ooh, man, what a center of a turn there for Berube in the 19 machine. He's getting it done here right now.
And I think Gilbert just had to tighten his seatbelt because Nick Alves blinked right in front of him.
Yeah, Nick Alves. I know he's running on. I'm not sure on the iRacing, but I know he's kind of trying a different computer. So a few things he may still have a few kinks, but he's definitely looking a lot more solid than he has in the past weeks. As Nick Alves is still battling on the bottom of Tay McDonald's Ford there, who's toward the top. Alves trying to keep a little bit more fresh air, but it looks like he's going to have to tuck in behind Tay McDonald and live to fight another day. Rotating back toward the top, seeing if he can get the turn exit on Tay McDonald, and he does. Man, what a wild ride that is. Berube now aiming for 3rd. As you see, the top 2 guys are now starting to check up. Raeder trying to see if he can save his tires, but Trevor Erhardt is all over him. Less than 1/10 of a second separate these two. Boy, it's getting tight. Alves trying to see if he can sneak toward the bottom. Alves feeling real good about where he did last time he raced, as he came in a 3rd position. Finally got a podium position after over 10 races. I'm not getting one. Finally got up to meet me here in the booth. I'm really glad I was able to see him. But Alves now down toward the bottom here of James Loveland, gets 4th. James Loveland looking a little bit out of sorts here. But if we know anything here, Stella, just looking at what we've seen before, fast guys will be fast early, but they're not fast later. Nick Alves diving toward the bottom here of Berube. Sorry about that. It looks like Nick Alves is actually kind of wedging here toward the bottom of Berube in the 19. But now actually Berube slides away from the 24 of Alves and now is battling with Erhardt. Trevor Erhardt now watching Alex Berube drive away from him here. And all of a sudden that 19 Toyota is now all of a sudden woken up. It's like somebody put jet fuel in that thing down in pit road because that 19 is on a roll. 19 rotates toward the top side. We got a new leader. Robert Raeder watching him pass him here as he dives into turn 1. 19's going to have the turn speed, but how long can his tires hold on for this one? This kind of reminds me a little bit of Dover here a little bit, doesn't it there, Stella?
I was really hoping not to see a duplicate of the Gilbert Raeder Berube pinball machine.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And Alex Brube actually almost won Dover. He had 2.5 second lead on that one before he sped down pit lane, ruined the rest of his race, and then sped out of pit lane. So Berube, as long as he can keep his pit strategy, if he keeps that driving up at this point, that is going to be awesome. Somehow he came all the way back from that 4th, 5th position there and is now leading by almost 3/4 of a second off the front of Robert Roeder. Right now, we still got an eyeball here on Tay McDonald, who's now on the bottom side there of Caleb Gilbert's Ford, as the two of them battle here going into 1 and 2. Definitely, it's interesting to see here, Stella, really how these guys are swapping back and forth, where they're going to be later on here in the race.
Oh yeah, it's a mixing bowl out there right now. Just trying to watch them watch the ticker and keep up with who's in the lead, or at least who's in front of who.
Yeah, definitely for sure. But we are starting to see him about single file here, all the way back, even beyond Grant Thorpe here. Grant Thorpe is now under fire, as I say that, by John Fike. John Fike got a little bit of music there on the back bumper there by Logan Romney. But it looks like he has recovered, and Fike will catch back up to the same clutch he was with before. Justice Murphy and Logan Romney is where he's going to be, so Fike is going to try to reinsert himself back into that position. Hopefully it'll go a lot better this time. Jeremy Burns now rotated up to the 15th position, so definitely waiting his turn. As we get going around here, and we're just taking a look how everybody's kind of slowing up here a little bit. Everybody's kind of taking it easy, kind of smoothing out the turns here. Let's take a little look here at Michael Bennett in the number 14. Right now he's down 5 positions. Hopefully he's got a better turn or another chance at this one. Take a look at that, Stella. He's wearing a Tennessee Volunteer shirt. Man, him and Grant Thorpe should team up here.
Says he's from Seymour, Tennessee, hometown.
All right. Yeah, Michael Bennett doing pretty well here. All right. Take a look at there, Michael Bennett. I always like messing around with Michael. Tell him, hey man, hey, hold this for a second. That's what he always tells me. You're out there shooting, playing Call of Duty. Oh, hey man, hold on this for a second. All right, all right. Let's go ahead and let Michael Bennett get back to racing here.
Hopefully it wasn't a hand grenade. Here, hold this for a second. I'll just keep the pin.
All righty. It looks like everything is starting to kind of calm down out here on the track. Rader kind of watching Berube drive off over a second, almost a second and a half now. Trevor Erhardt watching it happen from the 3rd position. He will be. Biggest mover of the race so far still is Kevin Orlando into 9th. So still good moves by him so far. And, Stella, now might be a good time. Tell me a little bit about Chapman Environmental Services, one of the great sponsors here of the Racing Revolution League, really the main sponsor.
I was going to say, yeah, the main sponsor. They promote this league almost 100%. It's the Chapman Environmental Services at chapmanes.com. They provide integrated environmental management and consulting services. They do broad spectrum regulatory compliance, permitting, field sampling services, and more. So look them up on chapmanes.com.
Alrighty, I like how you say that, as it looks like Logan Romney's taking a peek here on the outside of Kevin Orlando there in the 11 machine. 11 and the 27 trying to duke it out here. But who's going to be better at this one? Right now, Kevin Orlando's got the well-sought-after line on the bottom, but loses it on the top. If anybody remembers the Bikes for Tykes run, if not, I will remind you, Kevin Orlando got a little bit loose after putting 4 tires after a green flag stop on his truck and actually spun the truck around. But man, the trucks, to me, I was hearing that everybody's trucks are garbage. They are terrible. And right now, falling off is actually Justice Murphy. Justice Murphy's actually fallen way back here. He's now going to fall victim to Jeremy Burns. Jeremy Burns now up to 14th. Looking pretty good here so far.
No insure.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened to Justice Murphy here. He's definitely starting to fry those tires off here pretty bad. Definitely starting to feel pretty tight going around those turns. He's not liking the way the rear end of this car holds out here. Definitely these guys do run fixed setups, so if I think that they were open setups, we'd see a different range of how people race out here. Definitely, I know what to change to get it not as tight, but a little contact here between Justice Murphy and Jeremy Burns there. So the 12 and the 9 make contact. Let's see if they can get straighten this up here a little bit. No, Justice Murphy's trying to hope for a better turnout here so far. He's kind of been upended here. Right now sitting 8th in those playoff points. Slides in front of Jeremy Burns there.
Remind me again how many are in the top, in the cutoff.
7 have secured.
Correct. And how many will be in the playoffs?
12.
Like 12. There we go. Sorry, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, no. 12 are the spots up for grabs. 7 are already secured with wins.
Okay. Note also that Rader is about half as far away as he was before. He was almost a second and a half.
Oh,
He's down to
absolutely. I was going
under
to
a
do that as soon as I figured out why Tay
Oh.
McDonald was toward the inside here. No caution at this point. Now there it is. 73 is around. I was just getting ready to rotate up. I was going to say I'll catch back up with him. I'll rotate back through because I want to take a look at Tay McDonald here. Something looks a little weird as he is around 92, and these guys couldn't be thinking this is any better.
You just
Right.
need to show me that again.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to rotate back since this was a caution here and take a
Oh.
look back at kind of what got him loose. That's my big thing. We definitely saw him spin out, but why?
He was all by himself.
Well, actually,
I mean, when you showed it to us.
oh, yeah, when it showed it to you, you wouldn't think from the way this started that's how it happened. Tay McDonald here on the bottom. Watch how this turn ends up. 3 wide. Logan Romney outside, 24, 73 gets in the bumps. You see him try to rotate up, contacts Nick Alves, and away he goes. This is where we caught him. And great job by him not rotating up and taking out the rest of the field. I mean, fantastic job there by the number 73. Not rotating up. I mean, that just, to me, that is A-class. A lot of guys will just continue to pedal through and slam into the rest of the cars. It's not worth totaling your car out. Because why, Stella? No fast
There's
repairs.
No fast fix.
Come on, you got to do better than that. No fast repairs. All right, who is staying out there on the track is David Buell and Adam Bowden. Both these guys pit back on lap 65 with them, and Bowden pit on lap 68.
But they were down in 18th and 19th when we hit this caution.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And they may be thinking they can go ahead and get either a lap back here. I probably would expect Buell to come in, seeing it looks like he's rocking a Simbox machine out there tonight.
They were not lapped yet. Not that I saw when they were down. Everybody was still on the lead lap.
Huh. Interesting. I wonder why Bowden will stay out. Kind of gutsy here. That would be expecting a caution immediately here. As Rader's now going to catch back up to Adam Bowden. And Rader's going to take the lead fast off pit road. You want to talk about a little slower down pit road. Now, check this out. Robert Roeder was a 46.8 seconds down pit lane. Berube was 49.45. And Roeder beat him by almost half a second in the box. So definitely, wow, what a turnaround here for Roeder to fight back out of that hole there and catch past the 19.
He likes being in the front.
Yeah, now definitely what I'm going to see. Out there in the chat, I would probably agree with you here, Daryl. We're going to be out of tires. We're on our 3rd set already, and we're not halfway. Yeah, this is not looking good. So these guys are going to, it actually might be a smart move here if you think on Adam Bowden's part. If he's saving an extra set of tires. I would question, though, Adam Bowden has been down pit road 4 times, and everybody else has been 3. So I'm unsure on his count.
Interesting.
So we'll keep an eye on that. I know he came down 1 extra time. I see a 4.75 pit stop time. So he might have just fuel and go. Quick splash there at the end to see if he can extend his lead here. But this might actually be an awesome call here by the 83 machine of Adam Bowden. He's going to fall back. There's no doubt about that. He's going to fall back on this restart. But
what happened to Caleb Gilbert? He's back in the pits.
Caleb Gilbert might actually be doing the same thing here. 21-second pit stop. I'm not sure what happened at that point. Caleb Gilbert. Yeah, I don't see any damage to Caleb Gilbert's car here. Yeah, he may come back down pit.
Not a drive-through?
It's possible.
Coming in?
It's possible. 21 seconds? It's possible. I wish, if iRacing is out there listening, to go ahead and tell us when people get black flags. I don't care if they just say there are no black flags. I would love to know if there are black flags. That would be really, really good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's all a mystery here.
Yeah.
And we'd like to let the viewers know.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Or at least we'd like to sound like we know so we could let the viewers know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely for sure. And I'd like to pull in Caleb Gilbert, but I think, well, pace car lights are off. Yeah, I would have loved to pull him in if we had another lap to go around, but fortunately, the way I look at it, he was able to come back out and give it another shot. Who's down pit road, though? David Buell.
Buell.
Yeah, another 5-second pit stop for him. He's got to hurry up. His pace car is about to duck on off here. He's going to be in a lot of trouble at this point. Take a look there at 52 catching up. Boy, he's going to have one hell of a run here. Boy,
Well,
great job there by David Buell catching up to this
It's not
one.
like catching up at Daytona.
Holy cow. Well, definitely, I was expecting either. These guys were, it was a lot closer than what it was going to be. But Adam Bowden gets the jump here. Looks like Robert Roeder slides down. And Erhardt, what you're going to see the 53 do is try to jam that 21 behind the 83. And he does.
Yeah.
Sick move right there. Excellent job there by the Chapman Environmental Services Ford. Really putting the Black Rifle coffee machine behind him once again. But the 19 waiting to strike as Logan Romney sends it for a 3-wide condition. Oh, man. Bro, Logan Romney's still 3 wide. Parker Johnston toward the bottom. Any Parker Johnston fans out there this time? Looks like Adam Bowden has fallen off majorly way toward the back as it looks like Justice Murphy gets around him. Bowden now to the 10th position. Bowden hanging way up high. Might be trying to let as many people pass as he can. Logan Romney kisses it off the wall there just a little bit. Erhardt now all over Robert Roeder at this point. Might be a battle for the lead as it looks like Logan Romney takes a quick blink there. Definitely got to be careful and straighten that one up as Nick Alves down toward the bottom on the inside of Blake Cook. Couple battles here and there on the track. Nick Alves, the 4-Star Industries team member here, trying to see if he can slide in front of Blake Cook. He's got it at the point right now. But Nick Alves not being able to swing up onto the track is definitely going to have him really start hurting those tires with the amount of steering input he has to give from bottom to bottom instead of from top to bottom. You kind of want to let it kind of sweep in. As you see the 48 of Parker Johnston get loose. Starts sliding a little bit. Alves checks up and allows Blake Cook to get around him now. Right now, Chevrolet's 4th through 12th. Leading with a Ford and Alex Brube and the only Toyota out here tonight, along with David Buell's. Right now, they're 18th and 3rd. Worried about those car manufacturers out there. Definitely the Chevrolets are holding it out here strong at Iowa. Boy, Nick Alves, a little cross up there. Didn't like how that Ford was looking. That was getting close. Alves slices down toward the bottom and around he goes. Battle here now heating up between Logan Romney and Brube. Romney in the 3rd. Let's see if that Skittles has it here. And that's something to keep in mind as well. You see how these guys are racing toward the top side or about middle of the track? If these guys are riding on the bottom, they almost require the car to roll up the track, to definitely hold speed. If you're middle, you can hold middle and actually pinch that guy on his turn exit. And come to a stop and make them slow down. That's what you saw between Romney and Brube there. Romney held middle lane. Brube had to check up because he couldn't roll up. Try that try that 3 times fast.
Check up, cuts, couldn't roll up.
Yep. All right. Looks like we're about single file, even past Grant Thorpe we are. Justice Murphy back here as well. I think Alves might be trying another peek around here around Parker Johnston in the 48 Chevrolet.
Not having any of it, Parker.
No. Nope, not just yet. As we're taking a look here at him getting around here. Nick Alves starting to run out of room right behind James Loveland. There he is right there on the outside. Not quite enough. Yeah, it looks like Nick Alves may have to tuck in behind. That outside line just formed up and worked A-OK as we see Parker Johnston using it to his advantage here. And Brube now all of a sudden kind of getting that speed again.
That is wild. He as soon as he gets the fresh air, he can move at will.
Yeah, that seems to be kind of the same old song and dance that you see a lot of the leaders do. Erhardt says it. Raider says it. Berube says it. You know, these guys, as soon as they get fresh air, the car opens up, and then all of a sudden they get a boatload of speed. So if they can get out of that dirty air mark, they should be A-OK. But it's kind of a toss-up. Dirty air uses more fuel, but a lot more clean air gives you more power, but you lose a lot more fuel as well. So it's definitely a toss-up of which you would prefer. You know, we talked to Robert Roeder time and time again in Winter Circle, and he says there's nothing better than fresh air out there. It's staying out front. That way he only has to worry about really, he can drive his lane. He can go to the top, he can go to the bottom, he can go to the middle. It doesn't matter. Right now, if you see Berube, he's fighting on the inside of the 48 machine. We saw him fighting Logan Romney, but no can do. Now he's going to have to sit there and fight and chase him back down as Parker Johnson takes a lick of the wall coming out at 4.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of that happening here tonight, seeing if Alves can go ahead and capitalize on that. I don't think we've seen Nick Alves here tonight. Let's see if we got Nick Alves out there on the Jumbotron. There he is, representing Coastal Financial all over the place. Hey, look, he got rid of Jeff Gordon in there.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he had like the front clip, the hood.
Oh, yeah. Definitely changing it up for sure.
But he sure does have trophies.
Yep, that he does. And I do not believe those, if I remember right, checking, those are not the trophies for the Racing Revolution, guys. We will definitely have pictures up when those guys win them for sure. I think we have a battle up there. Looks like Trevor Erhardt just got passed by Logan Romney.
Oh, my.
Yeah, definitely looking pretty wild here so far.
Oh, no. We have spinouts.
Yep, Trevor Erhardt is around. Berube looks like something happened. Trevor Erhardt may be damaged. That looks like a broken toe leg on the right front here.
And Berube is slammed down to the bottom.
Yeah, we're going to kind of take a peek here at this car and see if we see anything here.
Uh-oh. Now, don't be getting out to your cars and making
Yeah,
fisticuffs.
I don't know about this one.
No throwing hands.
Boy.
I tried.
Well, from the outside looking in,
Whew.
that looked like that was about to start something there.
I don't think the iRacing will let you make faces at each other.
Oh, no, but I guarantee you they're sharing webcams now and tell them to read between the lines. All right, let's take a look here at Trevor Erhardt and see what happens. Berube's way behind him here. Berube sends it to the inside. Oh,
He is, but he runs right up the back of him. That's where I came in.
wow. Yeah, let me see if we can find a top view here. I'm not sure. I always like trying to kind of make 100% sure here who did what.
Right.
Let's
Was
take
it
a
check up, and it looks like the guy hits him from behind, or was it just a forward?
Yeah, because 19's got a boatload of speed here. Yeah, from this angle, I know I'm supposed to be impartial, but that looks like the 21 may have come down in the 19. That 19 had a superior run coming into that turn. I mean, an insane run coming into that turn.
Can we do like straight on top of him? Out of curiosity.
Maybe.
That one's still kind of at an angle. Kind of like the chopper view, but like.
Let me see if I can get the chase drone out there. Let me see if I can try this one.
Okay.
Let's see full speed, kind of what happens here. Boy, yeah, yeah, that looked like the 21 kind of came down into him. Out there in the chat, guys, tell me what you think here.
Yeah, Nick got a piece of it. Parker Johnston did a splendid job of avoiding.
Wowee.
Oh, they're gonna be picking up some pieces and sitting in there for a while.
Yeah, that's actually the first real wreck we've seen here tonight.
Yeah, other than oops, I did it again. You know,
Yeah.
against the wall.
Yeah, that was definitely tough here. Yeah, that's you see the line here that the 19's taken, and it looks like the 20. Yeah, the 21's trying to catch back up, and I just don't know if he saw the 19 getting all that speed, because the 19, if you think about it, he hit that fresh air, and he started taking off again, and that's what we see kind of happening here.
Yeah, why didn't his spotter say he's there, he's there, he's there?
Too fast. They won't tell you. They'll tell you when somebody's there, but they won't say anything if
They're getting there.
correct. They'll never tell you if they're on a run, and that's where you can't substitute a computer with a real person. So a lot of these guys just being able to get something out there and let them know. But it looks like Nick Alves actually survived here.
Yeah, he just took it a little hit on the side. And
Yeah.
Erhardt's out.
Yes, Earhart's. Yeah, he's got to be absolutely crushed to pieces. So we'll see
No.
if.
No, he's up in 8th.
Yeah, we'll see if Trevor Erhardt. It was a spin out for him, and he spun out and avoided most of the wreck. Berube's the one who got nailed, and that's where you saw the bumpers ripping off.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, pace car lights are still on here. Yeah, definitely a nasty wreck here. We'll keep an eye here. Watch Trevor Erhardt. Watch how he kind of fares out of this one. Clink. And everybody passes him.
Oh,
Right, rather than Berube,
yeah.
who ended up getting
One
hammered here.
there and one there, really
Boom,
bad.
and you see the right rear toe link is broken.
Ah.
All right. Back to it here. Trevor Erhardt now back to the 8th position. He's going to have a redo here. Definitely, he's been battling up most of the night here, but he's had a chance to get up there. But right now, fastest on the track was that 19 machine.
Mm-hmm.
He was the fastest, but is not at this point. But keeping out there in the chat, you guys want to talk about fresh tires. I like the way you think here. Adam Bowden. Pit on 114, but it looks like Grant Thorpe, Blake Cook, Murphy, Fike, Burns, Bennett, Buell, Sirkovich, Bowden, and Tay McDonald all pit. So Daryl Johnson negative. It seems everybody from that 8th position up, Trevor Erhardt up, has not pit right now. So you're going to have a lot of fast cars behind them, and I would say I would be concerned with the amount of tires here. if they're on their kind of the second to last set, this is going to be close. Some of these guys are going to be loose, and a lot of them are going to be a lot faster.
Oh, yeah.
All right, out there in the chat, yeah, totally nothing the 19 could really do. Just trying to overtake, but got clean, but totally got cut off. You were right. I might have to agree with that just from this angle. I don't know if something was happening or if that is kind of what sometimes, even in the iRacing official races, is what we would call, quote, a dive bomb. You got to be careful is where one guy almost never lets off the gas and sends it to the inside to get the angle. And you kind of know better, but it did look like Erhardt was a little bit out of shape, actually up a lane. Because if you see where Roeder and Romney were in front of him, Erhardt was up a little bit on the line, so he may have gotten a little bit out of line there. Out there in the chat. Daryl Johnson, why are you missing the other chats? Everybody else is in the YouTube there, bud. I can't see you either. But we're going to see if the Mountain Man out there can get anything done right now. A little checkup on the Mountain Man sitting in 13th. And Grant Thorpe is around.
But he only bumped the wall.
Yep, looks like it's going to stay green here.
He made no contact with anyone else and did not turn backwards. So we should be continuing on green flag.
Yes, it is. So Grant Thorpe now all the way back down to the 18th position. Man, he started 16th in this race, and now he's having a hard time battling his way back toward the front. Let's stay up with actually a battle here, heating up for the lead, Roeder and Romney. At this point, these two guys trying to see if they can duke it out. Romney been a little loose all race here. But I know Roeder and Romney are pretty decent at talking to each other. I know they kind of, I wouldn't say they're friends. I don't know if they are, if they aren't, but I know that they've worked together before. But out there, guys, in the chat, you guys are killing me out there. Mr.
Yeah,
Commentator, what are the chances the Mountain Man wins? 100% or 1,000%? I need to know.
I think we'll leave that to the odds men in Vegas to figure out.
Weird, or either that, or we may have to kind of push around and see if actually, whether he can come back. Right now, I do see him kind of eking his way up. Now up to, like I said, sitting in that 13th position. But he's got a long way to go here, and we're already halfway through this race. About 70.
And look at this front runner.
Yeah,
here.
77 left to go. As right now, Romney says, all right, 77 left to go. Now's my time. 76 to go, and now Logan Romney's into the front. So Logan Romney finally getting the lead here, but he's holding that more middle line, that James Loveland line that we saw, which, speaking of which, James Loveland sitting in third. So the race has been taken over here by Logan Romney. And Rader doesn't really fret too much. He just kind of hangs in there. He watches things happen. He's just, all right, whatever, you're going to pass me. I'll see you later, bud. And he does. He will, and Rader will kind of wait him out here. But you see, he's not really concerned. But it looks like a black box change here, which he may be trying to set up a pit stall time. Pit lap is 92. When is the last time they stopped? So they have had a caution since then, so a little tire cool down, so they've had a little bit get back around there. Jacob Comer, is that Mitt Romney's son? No, come on, man. You guys are killing me. Mitt Romney's son.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you hear me titter over here. It's because I'm reading them too, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, definitely giving a shot here, but Robert Rader definitely taking his eyes, definitely keeping him on the road at this point as Loveland has now closed the gap in behind him here. We'll kind of poke around the rest of the track and see how the rest of these guys are doing here so far. So far, so good out of most of these drivers. Like I said, I believe Alex Kenton was out of the race much earlier. Hate to see that for him. Berube kind of got blown to bits.
Yep, I think he has bowed out for the evening, taking it to the garage.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Fortunately, Berube has won a race, and we were there for the one at Pocono. He was on the inside of Rader and Caleb
he's a
Gilbert
lock-in.
on that one, so he's already locked in. So really, the hard part is over, and that's why I said it's always harder to get in via points. You got to get yourself a win. But speaking of really winning right now, moving up a lot of positions. Caleb Gilbert up 10 positions, sitting in fourth. Mr. Bowden up to fifth, 10 positions, and looks like Rader's taking another shot for the pass here.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted a taste of the rainbow.
Yeah. Around he goes. Definitely interesting to see. Man, definitely going to keep battling it out here. Good moves here by the 53 machine.
Oh, yeah.
Logan Romney just watching it all happen here. Let's get around the track. No harm, no foul. Getting it done here. Watching these guys definitely push their way around.
Good shot.
Yeah, and that's definitely something to see. When you're kind of riding behind something like this and this is what you're looking at, you got to be like, oh, man, this is wild. So Rader definitely doesn't have the speed on that one. He's got to rotate this middle line. Rader definitely trying to rotate toward the bottom. You see Loveland taking it much easier.
Yeah, I tell you, my eyebrows just went to my hairline.
All right, let's take a little bit of a ride inside. That way we can get a little bit of that rear view mirror of Adam Bowden. Look at him kind of slicing behind him. Now remember, Adam Bowden last pit on lap 114, so he's on fresher tires than most of these guys. So Bowden up 11 positions, sitting in fourth, and he's going to have enough tire to get around here. Definitely for sure, as you guys are talking about the mountain man out there, he is going. You're hoping he's going to slide into the top 8 here, and you're right.
8?
Yeah, they were kind of hoping that Jeremy Burns will slide into 8th. Yeah, let's see, Jaden Thompson, let's see, hoping
I
Burns can
gotcha.
slide back into 8th or higher before lap 50. He's going to have to. He may have to out-pit at this time. But Jeremy Burns is way back here in the pack. There he is.
12th, yeah.
Yeah, he's on the outside here of Michael Bennett. Bennett pushing their way around. Let's look at Blake Cook as well. Blake Cook, it looks like he was almost 3 wide there with Trevor Erhardt, who ended up with a little bit of damage. But Earhart's still battling his way back toward the front here. Now, right now, fighting for 11th. I don't know if he's got too much damage on that race car. If I could probably guess at this point, Earhart would love a caution. Come down, try to fix a little bit of that damage they may have on the back of that race car, and try to get back out there and feel a lot more solid than he is now.
But he did come in for some repair, did he not?
No, Trevor Erhardt pit back on lap 92 with the rest of the leaders.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so after that
he's-
spin out, he stayed out.
Okay. I thought he at least came in for a little, juice.
No, I think when he was giving Berube a little bit of lip there, and kind of had his hand out the window, I think he ran out of time to try to come down pit.
Gotcha.
But he is racing up here with these guys that are on fresher tires. The ones on fresher tires, Justice Murphy, Blake Cook, and Michael Bennett. Right now, these three right here are on fresher tires. So they're going to have a better shot at this point, getting their way back toward the front. Parker Johnston has fallen back to 14th. Jacob Sirkovich hanging out in 15th. We'll admit, Jacob Sirkovich is up 2 positions so far on tonight. He started in 17th, sitting 15th right now. I think Jacob Sirkovich would like to get a win. I know he was doing pretty well, I think at one track before Ray Lane kind of took him out.
But Fike, Thorpe, and Berube all had accidents.
Yes. Yeah, John Fike is back there, but all these guys, Parker Johnston did not pit. He pit on 92. So Sirkovich, Buell, Fike, and Thorpe, they all pit on 112. So these guys are definitely moving around here a good bit. But I think Rader has been under fire here for a little while, and I think Loveland got him. Definitely at one point or another here.
And McDonald's working on it too.
Yeah, that is for sure. So roll back here just a little bit. Let me see if we can get past this here just a second here. Rader trying to hold on to the spot here. Looks like he's going to fall down to that point. Let's see if we can rotate actually a Loveland, passing him here for second place. Try to get through this here. Oh, you see 53 wiggle.
Yes,
Oh,
he hit the
man.
bump.
Oh, man. Wow. Yeah, and that's going to be what did it for him there. That was just the edge Loveland needed. And that's why we see the 73 pick up and take off as we got a new leader here, Tay McDonald, finally getting his break here. And away he goes. Tay McDonald, we just saw him sneak past Logan Romney here. And right now, between Tay McDonald and James Loveland, both these guys have the same idea. But what I would want to mention here at this point, Tay McDonald last pit on 112. So he's got fresher tires than all the guys behind him right now, at least back to the 5th place of Caleb Gilbert. So he may drive away with this one, but he may have a set of tires that everyone else doesn't, that everyone else has that he doesn't now. So he's going to enjoy his time up front here. Definitely get some time to lead some laps.
Yeah, I mean, pulling away.
Yeah, definitely for sure. We'll keep an eye there on Jeremy Burns since Hunter Orr, the mountain man, is the love of his life. And James Loveland, I think, is loose. Oh, man. Yeah, Loveland, way to hook that one back onto the track.
You bet. Could have been worse if he'd hit the apron in another place.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Taking a look here, a lot of these guys pit back on lap 92. So a little quick mental math here. We're almost at that 50 mark.
Something has happened to Parker Johnston. He's fallen back to 17th now.
Yeah, definitely. He is. All these guys are I think everybody's kind of waiting for that caution. Everybody's kind of pushing it here and waiting for that caution to see if they can collect it back up. But right now, that 73 is making do. He's getting it done here out there on the track. Great job here by Tay McDonald.
Hometown boy.
Yeah, no kidding. So to me, this is, from what everybody was telling me, this is his to lose. Really, he's got the line here tonight, but how long can he hold it off before guys start pitting? When guys start pitting, he's gonna be running out of time. He's gonna be running out of tires. But who knows? Who knows? We've seen crazy. We saw John Fike win a stage but run out of fuel before he could get to pit. So it was, there's always that little inkling. That's always that little chance to squeak it by. If he has an extra set of tires, if these guys are all pitting now, he's already pit on 112. Let's say he comes in 50 laps, about 170. He'll have a fresh set of tires, battle back for the lead, and everybody else will be out of tires as well. So he may actually out-pit them here and actually catch everybody off guard. So right now, awesome job here by Tay McDonald, who's really, look at the lead.
Away. I mean, over 3 seconds,
Yeah.
almost 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, look at the spread here. I mean, not even in the
screen.
screen. Yeah, that's looking pretty wild. Let's see if we can take a look at the back. There he is.
Hello.
Yep. Yeah, Raider kind of watching him drive away with this, and you can't be mad about that. I mean, if he's got fresher tires, let him go.
My.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely interesting to change it up. This may actually be playing into his hand quite well here. I think, like I said, everybody's still waiting for this caution. If there's going to be one. If not, these guys are just waiting for no reason. As we're getting around here, taking a look at our last lap times here. I mean, we're almost in that 26-second mark for some of those drivers. Look at Caleb Gilbert, 25.97. Yeah, as he's battling here on the outside, James Loveland got a little loose a few laps before. Logan Romney.
Whoa! Somebody was trying to get in the pits.
That, I'm wondering, will bring out a caution. Let's see. Yeah, Logan Romney, that might do it for his race here.
No caution.
Nope. Wow, spun down pit road. That is awful. All right.
It's painful.
Almost up to 5 seconds now. Raiders falling behind off Tay McDonald. Nick Alves coming down pit. So pit times are happening. And that's one thing I think that catches people off guard here at this track. Or when you race so long on these tires. When they come down pit, oh man, as you see I think that was Fike almost hit the barrel. The tires are worn out. The tires are slick. They're melted. So when they try to stop, there's nothing left. So they can't stop, so the tires just slide on the track instead of grip. So it's definitely something to keep in mind, as it looks like Tay McDonald's now putting a lot of guys behind him here. Logan Romney will now be down a lap.
Raiders come in.
Yep, and I think, like I said, they're kind of cutting bait and figuring out that's enough. Raiders' fastest time was a 23.97. His last lap, if I'm not mistaken, was a 25, almost a 26.1.
So we've got Raider, Gilbert, Loveland, Orlando, Alves, Erhardt, and Johnston are all in.
Yeah, so far, not the huge clutch I was hoping for just yet. All the guys who pit back on lap 112 from 9th place up, David Buell, all the way up. All pit back on lap 112.
They're pushing it.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Their luck, that is.
Yeah, it looks like actually Caleb Gilbert's been down pit road here a good bit. 30 seconds down pit lane. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Loveland's got some problems. He's sitting down pit lane a good time here as well.
Yeah, like you say, that may...
But he's got some damage to his race car.
It appears to be the right-hand side is looking a little lumpy.
Yeah, I don't know.
He didn't hit anything when he spun, but maybe he'd hit the wall previously, and that's why he was coming in.
Yeah, it's possible. Definitely possible. All right, as these guys are pitting, I do want to see if I can take a quick peek actually back, and let me see if I can find anything that may have happened to James Loveland out there. James Loveland, I'm not quite sure, was having a heck of a race here, but his car's damaged. I mean, heavily damaged. So hopefully we can have if I can take a peek back and see what happened. Oh, man, oh, boy. All right, let's take a look here at James Loveland here on this quick replay. He's not going to be happy about me replaying this one, but it's got to happen. So we see the 40 is also down pit road for a while as well, and here's why. Remember what I was talking about tire grip? Boom. So these two have made contact, and that destroyed both their cars. Loveland not happy about hitting those barrels, and that's where the damage is from.
Oh, no. Pieces were flying off his car.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely there, Stella, and it's definitely looking definitely pretty wild out here. A lot of top guys getting knocked out. Berube and Loveland now getting knocked out of this race. Adam Bowden coming back down pit road. Oh! Missed the barrels there just a little bit. Grant Thorpe down pit.
Can you do that?
Gotta do what?
Back up on the track?
Yeah, he's not on the racing surface, so I think that's A-okay.
Okay.
All right, out there in the chat, what position is in this race is needed to be anything of value? Probably top 10. Jeremy Burns right now is sitting top 10. Pit back on lap 112, though. So, like I said, this is that different pit strategy where now you're going to start seeing all the guys who pit back on lap 92 are now getting ready to sling around the whole field. But Tay McDonald's got to be enjoying that 12.5-second lead here.
Oh yeah, and me, to be anything of value, you have to be interviewed by Patrick. So you got to be on the podium, 1, 2, or 3, Jade.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Really, right now, it's being so late into the season here, position of value first. You've got to win a race right now, because the tighter it gets via the points, these guys are running out of time. And speaking of running out of time, right now McDonald has a 21-second lead over Jeremy Burns.
Wow.
And has 40 laps to get it done. Tay McDonald will still have one more pit stop he's going to have to make. There's no way from 112 to 200. There's no way. But if a caution comes out, this could be absolutely amazing for Tay McDonald. You know, with Tay McDonald being able to come in under caution, be able to retain into the front. No one else will have any tires, and he's going to slap another set on and go. But we're looking at Tay McDonald on the outside, and it looks like Justice Murphy's going to slide on around. Some of these guys trying to get some of their laps back here.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, almost the entire field is lapped down.
Half the field is 1 lap down, the other half is 2 laps down.
Yeah, Burns and Buell still hanging out there. All these guys right now that you see on the lead lap, last pit on lap 112. So when you're starting to see the fall off here, you're starting to see the difference in speed. Right now, Tay McDonald's last lap time was a 25.89. Let's see what this one is. Last time, 25.75. So right now, Rader's fastest time is a 24.28, his last lap time. So Rader will be trying to catch up very quickly to get his lap back, but he's still got a long way to go. And Tay McDonald's going to have to pit again. I think Rader won't have to pit, seeing he stopped on 61, so fuel is not a problem now.
No. Fuel's not, and you think he's out of, that they're out of tires.
They may be out of tires, yes. Yeah, unknown on Tay McDonald if he's running out of tires. Ooh, Tay gets right there with Kevin Orlando there. Kevin Orlando really close. Oh, man. Yeah, definitely. And that's one thing, Stella, is kind of... I like the pit strategy, but if you're starting to get a little slower than the rest of the field, are you hurting yourself?
Yeah.
Oof. Somebody's on the wall. I think that's Buell into the wall.
Okay. My first thought was, what did the pace car just hit the wall for?
Yeah, that Simbox racing machine definitely hit that wall there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely, I think Doug Neal and Nate Maurer may talk to him back to the NSRA League. Tell him to clean up that act. Let's see if we can get it done. Right now, our leader is down pit road at this point. Right now, still holding out a 24-second lead over Jeremy Burns. But we'll see if Jeremy Burns decides to get back in the fight as Rader flies around him now.
And Alves.
Yeah, Jeremy Burns almost with a 27-second lap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely
and
huge
like you said,
fall off at this
Raiders,
point.
Yeah, Raiders running a 24. That's not going to cut it for long.
Yeah, Tay McDonald down pit, sitting in the box now. Probably getting the last set of tires on it as we speak. Down he goes. Tay McDonald still top 10 at this point. But he's got to get back out in front of Justice Murphy as we see him catching up. Justice Murphy and Blake Cook. And away they go. So we'll keep an eye out on Tay McDonald here, who's now at least holding the top 10 at this point. But his tires just slightly a bit fresher. Sitting about 165 as Rader pit back on that 150's leader at this point here tonight. Jacob Comer, that was not Ronald McDonald. That is Tay McDonald. 73, actually the sponsor here of the Echo Electric Supply 200 of this race. So definitely sponsored his favorite race. For sure. And what were you saying there, Stella?
Nothing.
All right, well, Tay's showing off those fresh tires here to Justice Murphy, letting his Ford get around him there. Now Tay's in the 7th. So we'll see if Tay can make up some distance here. He's got about 17.5 seconds to catch the lead. Jeremy Burns down pit. Back out he comes, and Jeremy Burns is down a lap now. Jeremy Burns back down to 14th, 1 lap down. He's going to have to pass Bowden for the lucky dog position.
So you think the what is it, about 15 laps that McDonald has fresher tires?
Yes.
Or only 10 laps?
Raider pit on 150. There's some guys, I think Parker Johnston pit on lap 146. And Tay McDonald just pit on 165. So he's got 15 fresher tires than Raider.
Okay.
Well, whether that'll make a difference, we saw in 15 to 20 laps was a second fall off.
Yeah.
So if he can make up a second here, as you see, he's down to 15 and a half. He may have a chance to reel him in here, and he may have outpit the field. So we'll see if he's got anything for it. I think this may be Jeremy Burns might have hung himself here.
Yeah. The key is he gonna run out of laps before he runs out of tires?
Definitely, and that is definitely something to keep in mind. Right now, you see Raider has about a 2-second gap on Nick Alves, who's trying to see if he can nail himself another podium position. But you want to talk about rising up from the bottom. Look at this.
Hey.
Trevor Erhardt back on it.
And like in third.
Yes, back on it. So almost resuming the position where he got spun out, or ended up in an incident with Mr. Berube.
Yes.
And got turned around here at Iowa. So now he's back into third. Heavy concentration here. He has damage on the back end of that car and is still fast. So really, seeing how he took that win at Iowa during the Bikes for Tykes run, it's interesting to see here what he's putting on. Nick Alves may be kind of a sitting duck here as Erhardt is starting to really reel him in. Almost identical lap times here. Let's take a look at those last lap times. Alves with a 25.05, Erhardt with a 25.10. And not too bad. Raiders still would put in a blistering time out there on the track. We'll keep a 9. Yeah. Tay McDonald up to 12.5 seconds behind. Yeah, not right now, not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah. I mean, whoa, man, Erhardt, look out. Erhardt last pit back on lap 149, and he's got to stretch him to the end.
Oh.
Yeah, if we're already loosening up here, that's not looking good. Adam Bowden the lap down here. Bowden might have a chance to fight his way back toward the front, but Bowden last pit on lap 156. Ooh.
No.
Yeah, that definitely that slide out of turn 4 is definitely starting to show up. As this track is now starting to break in pretty hard here. Let's take a look out there on the track, what we're looking at. Still 85 degrees on the track, so it hasn't heated up too much to kind of really set anything off. So everything's seeming pretty steady out there on the track. I don't think any wind may be coming into play at this point, but everything looking pretty solid so far.
Than a road course, does wind ever really come into play on these almost enclosed tracks?
Yes. Yeah, sometimes it'll whip by. I know Rockingham is a bad one for it, and Dover is a bad one for it. Kind of coming out of 2. Sometimes it depends on the speed of. Oh, Bowden easy.
Oh.
Boy, Erhardt, I bet you he just swallowed his tongue on that one. Holy cow! Oh no! But 21 definitely saw that one and kind of gets out of the way here. Looks like I believe that's Silver Bullet toward the top.
Gilbert. Yep.
Yep. Oh, makes contact here.
Dudes.
All right, definitely got to
on.
radio up here and let everybody know what's going on as slower cars are moving around, faster cars are getting there. Raiders definitely seems to be kind of flossing this track no problem. As I think Alves, as long as he can hold on, he might be able to hold off Erhardt. Alves has a second on him, but Raiders got about almost 3 1/4 seconds on Alves.
Oh, yeah.
Tay McDonald still reeling him in here, 8 seconds. 22 laps to go. He's starting to run out of time.
Yes, that's what I meant about he's run out of laps, before he could get up there.
Let's take a look at those last times. You see Terry McDonald here, 24.4. Right now, he's running almost a second faster than Raider.
He is.
24.7 there, a little bit slower running into traffic, so that's about to change here a little bit as McDonald's got to figure it out here, up to 4th.
It'd be nice if he could get Cook and Bennett to come in with him, and they're running the same 24 seconds and get in line.
Yeah, definitely trying to see if they get it. Yeah, Rip the Mountain Man need a miracle at this point. It might be. Yeah, Jeremy Burns kind of saw this one undone for him. And like I said, it came down to pit strategy. And every bit of this is what it is. But right now, Tay McDonald trying to resurrect this race and see if he can nail himself a top 3 finish. He's still within range. He's got 2 seconds to catch up to Erhardt.
Yes, he does.
Definitely for sure. He still has a chance here. Erhardt, remember, Erhardt has damage. To the right rear of that car, Parker Johnson's going to work his way around, but he's down a lap.
Yes.
Actually, Parker Johnson's down 2 laps.
Well, I figured he's only down a lap if he can get past Raider next.
But he also pit back on lap 176, so definitely his tires are even fresher than Tay McDonald's at this point.
Oh, yeah.
As we can see them get around here. Definitely taking a look out the back. There's Tay McDonald behind the mountain man. Oh, Tay McDonald's... Oh, look out! Trevor Erhardt gets around and brings out a much-needed caution. Wait for it. No caution. We are not under caution. Tay McDonald slides into 3rd place on 21 of Trevor Erhardt spinning out here.
As long as you're not on the racing
Well,
surface.
it was a single spin, no other cars involved here. And toward the inside, he did not impede any traffic, so a lot of times the caution will not come out. They're pretty big on not forcing cautions here in the they're not forcing cautions here in the Racing Revolution unless absolutely necessary. iRacing did not throw that caution there, so that is we are going to maintain green. Right now, if maybe for Tay McDonald, this is a really good chance, seeing that he's come from 17.5 seconds behind to under 5 with 15 to go. Right now, this is looking really, really good, but now the times are starting to tighten up. Right now, the next on his chopping block here is Nick Alves, which he's catching up to him here not momentarily. Not too much longer he's going to have him here. Let's take a look at those last times. McDonald with 24.97 and just about a half a second, 6/10 of a second faster is Rader. So you're starting to see that speed's wearing off. McDonald's using every bit of that rubber to get him here, and we're on to caution now.
I was going to say, somebody was sitting in the grass.
I think Erhardt's around again.
Chose to have a picnic.
Yeah, Trevor Erhardt is around again. Let's take a look back at this wreck, see what happened here. Yeah, might have been trying to come down pit. It looked like he came down pit, hit that apron, and slung him around. But he okay, some may ask, why was this one a caution?
Really?
So, let's take a peek. Let's walk through this. Right here. See that?
On the racing surface.
Bingo. On the racing surface. Now, he's on the racing surface. He's now, impeding the field. Caution comes out.
Nobody else, though. I thought for sure I saw someone in the grass.
Whoa. I'm wondering if we have an extra set of tires. I'm wondering if we miscounted here.
Tires.
Oh, boy.
What's this we?
Oh, boy.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, this may change it up here for Tay McDonald. I don't know if he's a sitting duck at this point. Interesting to see Trevor Erhardt still out there on the track.
Yeah. How do you not get the meatball flag for damage? I mean, he just took a shot to the front and the back on that one. On the one where he hit.
Yeah,
Now he's got this one.
I wish I had an answer for you. This would be one of those ones. I don't know. I don't know. He's got some damage on the front end of that car for sure. Yeah, let's see if we can get a little closer on that behind shot. Yeah, not looking too bad there on the back, though.
As bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm wondering if he kind of straightened it up there a little bit on his last pit stop. His last pit stop was about 14.5 seconds. So, about usual. But boy, is this going to shuffle the field. And if you want to talk about shuffling the field, right now showing Tay McDonald into the lead. Justice Murphy will actually be coming in second, and Rader will be starting behind Tay McDonald.
Huh.
So, here's what I would do, and let's talk pit stall time. Rader has come in 15-second pit stall time. Alves,
Okay.
Romney, everybody else has come down and gotten tires.
But McDonald and Murphy did not.
Right. Justice Murphy did not get tires. If he did, he only took right sides, and it was a 9-second stop. So if Justice Murphy did not get tires, Tay McDonald might want to use him on this restart. And use him because Rader's going to line up behind Tay McDonald. If Tay takes off, Rader with the new tires is going to slide in behind him and work around him and fight around and win the race. I mean, hands down, there's no. Tay almost has to hang on the inside of Justice Murphy here and hold Rader out.
Yeah.
And not let him get around and use 12 as a block.
But we've seen Rader has no problem with going right up the middle.
Well, yeah, we've seen him kind of nudge or make a lane. Right now, we're about to find out how.
Make a lane. That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, we'll see. I think Tay McDonald's actually taking outside line.
I think so.
Oof. Well. Well.
I think you have nothing to say.
Yeah, as a commentator, I'm just going to call it as I see it. I don't know about that call. He may be getting me at this point. I thought. Now they're kind of mixed up at this point.
Why not? If that's
Well,
where he feels more comfortable, that and maybe he thinks since he can go first, he goes real fast, jumps in front of Justice, and then Rader's in third and has to make up 2 spots.
Well, but you also take a choice of a lane, so why the rest of the field isn't flip-flopping? I don't know. Right now, like I said, Rader's supposed to be behind him, so why the rest of the field doesn't flop, I don't know.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Rader should have been behind him the whole time.
Rader's in 4th.
Should be 3rd. That's what I'm saying. Something's a little quirky about this one. So this will allow Tay McDonald to get the launch here. Rader's going to get pinched between him and Alves.
Yes.
But Alves also has tires as well. So he may be gambling on Alves not catching him. Justice Murphy jamming Rader, which Justice Murphy's still looking for a win here.
Yep.
He lost it there at Road America, doing to get a little overzealous, and Tay McDonald might be, that might be it. Tay McDonald's going to march his way on back here.
Wow.
Due to pit strategy. Blake Cook gives him a shot. Blake Cook
twice.
is into the field. Let's say, hold it, boy. All right. Oh, my. Look out.
No. Oh.
Yep. Now, single car. He's in a race line. No caution. Back to the front. Justice Murphy. Yeah, Justice Murphy might get his first win here. But remember, short pit. We'll see if this pays off. 53 may floss around him here. There he goes. 53 to the inside. Oh, man. You hate seeing it go. Justice Murphy going to see if he can pedal around here.
He's trying.
Definitely giving it the college try. Doesn't want that wall to come up and bite him there as Justice Murphy back to the bottom. Doesn't want to let that happen again. And Rader with an amazing pit strategy. Definitely that spin out by Erhardt kind of won these guys the race here in the front. I'm not saying driving style and experience didn't work, but without a caution, it looked like Tay McDonald had Rader dead to rights all the way to the end.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Romney just passed Alves for the podium spot.
Yeah, Alves is definitely going to have to put a little pep in his step to get caught back up. Right now, they still have a sitting duck up front, and that is Justice Murphy. Justice Murphy, like I said, with that 9-second pit stop, so they still have a chance to fight their way toward the front. Jeremy Burns still has a chance here. Burns into the top 10 lead lap, so I don't think he's going to have a chance of actually leaving the top 10 here. Unless he wrecks his car, so that should do it for Burns. At least the top 10 finish for him here tonight. Definitely been a tough one for him. He's there, Alves. All right, Alves has one more to go to see if he can get back-to-back third-place finishes here. As we're coming up with 4 to go.
I think Justice is going to have something to say about that.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, he's gonna this may transfer out of this game and into the next if they keep this up. as Alves has been working here pretty hard here on Justice Murphy, seeing if he can find a lane. Definitely has lane turn entry, but is losing it on exit. So Justice Murphy may be backing it up. Logan Romney clips the wall here.
Yes.
And I would stay on Raider, but it looks like Raider's driving off with this thing.
Yeah, the show is here on 2, 3, and 4.
Yep, as we come up with 2 to go. Boy, definitely see Jeremy Burns. That's how far back that boy is. Good Lord. Yeah, definitely starting to get a lot of separation. Grant Thorpe, I think, was battling there with Trevor Erhardt. Trevor Erhardt is down a lap here.
Sometimes we see the top 15 aren't separated but by a second, and here the top 10 is separated by 10.5 seconds.
Yeah, definitely something to see here. Raiders still with a solid time here. Keeping going around here. Tay McDonald sitting top 10. Burns breaks into 9. Romney's trying to chastain. Not working here. Oh, Justice Murphy sees it, trying to strike. Not yet. Not yet as Raider, Romney, and Murphy. Nick Alves just gets bumped out of the 3rd place here. And that is going to do it for our race here tonight. What a shootout it was here at the Echo Electric Supply 200 at Iowa.
Yep, that Midwest-based electrical wholesaler for all your commercial and residential needs. They're a B2B who have been in business since 1950 with their headquarters based out of Council Bluffs, Iowa, and they have 20 locations throughout the Midwest.
Love it. Love it. That's an awesome slogan. I like that. Definitely something to see. All right. Let's keep an eye on these guys. These guys line up for some pictures. We're going to keep our eye here on Robert Roeder. Definitely saved an extra set of tires for the end of the race, and he's going to save them here. The hell with them. Burn them off. Linda out there on Facebook, appreciate you joining me here tonight. I know I'll be here with the Graceland Shootout Series there on Saturday. Definitely excited to see what Billy's paint job is coming up here. And I think he's getting ready to rock the green here pretty soon. But Raider taking the win here today. Raider, Romney, Murphy, Alves, and Bennett. Look at Michael Bennett coming up for a 5th place finish. Not bad.
Oh, yeah.
John Fike, after a slide, he ended up in 6th, up 5 positions here tonight. So Jacob Sirkovich into a 7th place, Grant Thorpe 8th, Jeremy Burns 9th, and Tay McDonald into 10th after leading what looked like a solid win. He had it.
Oh, yeah.
But no dice for Tay McDonald here. Trevor Erhardt gets an 11th spot, finished David Buell into 12th, Adam Bowden 13th, Parker Johnston 14th, Kevin Orlando into 15th. Just think he got outpitted there. Blake Cook into 16th. Caleb Gilbert 17th. James Loveland 18th. Brube and Kenton 19 and 20. Yeah, great job here by Robert Roeder coming up with the win on this one.
Going backwards in the pits.
Well, how'd he win it? He won it on a pit stop.
Okay.
Great job. Great job. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can drum up our drivers here. Good Lord, what screen is that? Come on, man. All right, let me see if we can roll this one back here just a little bit.
We are just waiting on Robert.
All right, so you're saying Justice Murphy's locked and loaded?
He is.
No way. All right, let's talk to the man. Let's have a chat with him. Let's see. Number 12 of Justice Murphy. Let's have a chat with this guy. Come on, Discord. Alrighty.
May I?
Yeah, if you can actually slide him in. I'm having a little bit of a Discord hiccup here.
How about that?
Alrighty. Justice Murphy, got a copy?
I sure do, Patrick. What's up, buddy?
Dude, we got a podium finish tonight. How do you feel?
Feels good, man. It's been a while since I've been up here with you guys, but yeah, it was crazy. I was mired back there 10th, 12th, and then kind of picked my way through before the green flag pit stop. Got that caution right there. Took 2, no fuel. Obviously led the lap, but just couldn't stay in front of Rob, man. Those 4 tires were overpowered.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And I wasn't sure. I saw the 9.73 pit stop time. I said he's either got 2 or is a quick splash of fuel and back out. We didn't go for 4 because definitely hanging in the back of the pack and getting that slide up to the front was awesome there, bud. Good call.
Yeah, it was gutsy. My teammates were like, "Come on, you got to include us on that call." And I love all those guys, but man, I didn't want to give away too much.
Well, definitely you got to figure out how to slide your way up there. I think it would have been an interesting shootout there with Tay McDonald, who unfortunately had to stay out there. That was looking pretty dicey. Knowing you as an admin here, Justice, I know I kind of want to reach out of my bounds here. The front row, you guys switched, but how come the rest of the field didn't?
Yeah, so leader gets lane choice there. We're debating choose cone possibilities, but man, that's hard to enforce when you don't have an eye in the sky, admin. So that may come in season 3, just a little teaser, but we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, leader gets lane choice, so high side or maybe like a lane and a half, 2 lanes up was dominant most of the night. Like if you were up there and somebody got below you, they couldn't really pass you unless they had a huge tire advantage. So. He took high side there, which I don't blame him, and I guess he got a little bit deeper, it looked like, into 3 and 4 than he wanted to, and he kind of got stuck up there, I think. I think he ended up finishing, around 10th or so, maybe a little outside of 10th.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Man, I thought what he was going to do is he was going to kind of pinch Raider behind you and then try to see if he could ride it out to the end. But just kind of, I wasn't sure. I saw Raider stay on the bottom. I was like, oh no. I wasn't sure why the rest of the field. But dude, regardless here, you come up with a third place finish here. I'm sure it was definitely a switch up. 10 places up from originally where you started.
Yeah, the qualifying, a bad qualifying. I kind of was skating on both laps, so I was quicker than that in practice, but not much quicker. Maybe a 10th and a half or so. So I couldn't have got too much more out of it, but I could have got something more.
All right, third place finish. But man, I want to talk about next week, where it looks like the sponsor on the car is going to be the sponsor of the race at the Daytona Roval, the All About Bugs 113. Seeing that you're starting here in third, we may have a win next week.
Oh, I love the Daytona Road Course, man. That's I had a battle, me and Grant in our last league, me and Grant Trevor, and had a chance to win it. Kind of got wrecked by a different front runner, but it wasn't either of those guys, just another guy. But no, it'll be fun, man. That course lends itself to these cars. Something about that course, probably the best interior road course in the country, if you ask me. So it'll be fun.
All right, man. Well, definitely we'll keep our eye out for Parker Johnston. He unfortunately thwarted you at Road America, man. But man, give me your shout outs here and let's get you rocking and rolling for the Daytona Roval.
Man, big shout out to you guys at Simtrax, man. The broadcast is great every week. We get to hang out with you a little bit outside of that, man. You're awesome to hang out with. But Chapman Environmentals, Ultimate Siding and Guttering, Butt Kicker, all our sponsors, and of course on the car, man, All About Bugs. My dad owns it, so family business. We run it together. So love having them on the car, and the more times I can get this All About Bugs Camaro up front, man, it's awesome.
All right, man. Definitely, if it's bugging you, it's bugging. You better be bugging
That's
us.
Right.
All right. I don't forget that. All right, Justin Murphy. Great job tonight, bud. And we will catch up with you next week, my dude.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Patrick.
Yep. All right, that is it. Justice Murphy coming in third. That rotates us to our second position here of Logan Romney. Definitely haven't talked to him a whole bunch. In that number 11 here, Logan Romney. Man, what a wild run it was out there. Hopefully get that thing unmuted there, bud. Have a chat with me here. I'm on, Logan. Wait for it. Oh, boy. That's going to do it for him. I think they pulled him back out of him on me. All right, let's go ahead and get to our race winner then. All right, of course. Oh, man, I hate saying that, of course. Man, I hate saying that. You know the worst part is I haven't even turned off his camera from the last time he won. Good Lord. Let's see if we can catch up with him here. Looks like we're going to catch up here with Robert Roeder. Hopefully we'll see what Robert Roeder's got going on here, bud. Yeah, you got a copy on me here, man?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Dude, are you fighting Logan Romney's mute here?
No, it shows him as muted in here, and it won't let me unmute him, so I'm not sure why. He's not muted anywhere else, so I'm not really sure what's going on.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it's on his end there, bud. All right, well, as I'll let you battle that, as you battled out there on the track, what I would probably say you're the luckiest guy on the track with that caution.
Maybe. I mean, he was gonna catch me probably with 4 or 5 laps to go, but he had a lot of lapped cars to get through, and a couple of guys that were on my strategy to get through, like 5 or 6 different people. So if he got held up at all, it was gonna get a lot closer. But yeah, I agree. He probably had the winning strategy there up until the caution came out. You know, it's not very often you're leading the race and the caution comes out and you're not upset about it. But I was okay with it at that point because I knew it made it everything nice and even. So yeah, I was fine with it at that point.
Yeah, it was definitely tough. Like I said, man, it looked like Tay McDonald. He was running you guys down. He was about a second and a half, almost 2 seconds faster per lap. It was starting to squeeze much tighter there toward the end. But dude, it was just and then the caution came out. And I was hoping it wasn't on purpose there by Trevor Erhardt, because that looked like he kind of he had enough for the night. He'd been in nothing but trouble. I mean, all night. I think that may have been his 4th spin out, especially starting with Berube. But let's stick with you here, Rob. What a wild run it was. Any doubt in your mind on the win here tonight?
Yeah, a lot actually. Wasn't terribly fast in practice, and then qualified, I think 6th or 7th. And then for a whole first run, I wasn't going anywhere, and then I passed like 8 people on pit road in the first pit stop somehow, and then I don't know, got around Loveland, who I guess he had an incident in the pits tonight and took out himself and Caleb, who was some of the best competition tonight, I think. So it all kind of worked out. It was definitely a lucky night, but win number 5, I think, for the season. So that's pretty cool. That's really good for points. It's really good for the playoffs coming up real soon. And yeah, man, I'm glad it worked out. I didn't really see this being a race that I had a good chance to win, and somehow it happened. So we'll take it.
Definitely, for sure. You won at Nashville Super Speedway 2 weeks ago. Had an off week. Got full of turkey, and now you're back at Iowa and you win again. Daytona Roval's up next, dude. We got a lot of road racers here, but you have won at a road course before, so how confident are you feeling on this coming up?
Up until the last time that we ran the Roval with these guys, I would have said not very confident at all, but I think it's going to be Justice and Trevor and myself probably going to be the main guys there. Justice has a lot of laps there. Trevor has a lot of laps there. They're going to be really hard to beat, I think, but it should be in the mix. And guys make mistakes. There's a lot of places to run off and lose a ton of time in the grass over there. So, never say never. Never know what's going to happen. So we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And we're taking a look at stage break. Will be at 10:32 laps at that one. And somebody else to keep in mind out there, Parker Johnston, especially with that Road America win. He locked himself in the playoffs. He might try again for another round. Kind of, I would say, snake in the grass. We didn't really expect him to win. I'm not saying he doesn't have the capability. Just boom, there he was, and he took home a win there at Road America, which, like I said, locks him in the playoffs. So now you got somebody else to deal with out there on the racetrack. But man, it is dwindling down here for the Race and Revolution League. Right before we get to the playoffs, I mean, points are starting to get tight. A lot of guys starting to really kind of nipping on the edge of how to get in. I mean, just speaking on the side of the 4-Star Industries team, are we gonna get any more of your guys in there?
Right now, I think we're all in. I expect all 4 of us to make it. So I think we'll have 4 of our cars in the playoffs, and I expect out of the 4 of us, most of us are going to make it to that round of 8 probably, unless there's some bad luck. So we'll have to see where the points settle out after tonight, after drop races and everything, after we calculate all of that. But I'm feeling pretty confident we'll have all 4 of the guys in there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was going to say, Kevin Orlando and Nick Alves are kind of teetering on that 10-11 line there, man. I know no show here by Brandon Richardson's not looking good, but the Kevin Orlando finishing a little bit farther back in the pack than he wanted to. A 15th spot placed here tonight. Definitely, I bet a little of that work he was getting done in the background, to be Kevin Kardashian out there might be taking place here, man. Definitely.
It may.
Yeah, might be kind of tipping in here a little bit, but not going to take the wind away from your sails here, bud. But fantastic win here tonight. Let's get you ready for the Daytona Roval after you give me your shout-outs about all your sponsors and people watching you out here tonight.
Yeah, well, you already know the obvious. Got to shout out Simtrax Broadcasting. Patrick, you and Stella do an excellent job for us every week. You guys are awesome. So big shout out to you guys and Simtrax Broadcasting. You can check them out. Facebook, website, and figure out what days they have open if you need something broadcast, just because you're not going to get anything better. So shout out to you guys. And then Chapman Environmental Services, sponsoring the car, the league. Happy to get them another win tonight, so that's pretty cool. And then you have Butt Kicker, who's given us our grand prize for the season, and they make an awesome product, so really excited about Butt Kicker being here. Ultimate Siding and Gutters is here as well, sponsoring us. A lot of really good people, a lot of people who invest in the league that help out. And then Tay McDonald and Echo Electric sponsoring the race tonight. I would not have been too mad if Tay would have got it done. Would have been cool for him to get his first win at a race that he sponsored with Echo Electric on the car. It'd be pretty cool. So it sucks to see him end up finishing 10th, I guess. But yeah, just everybody in here that makes it happen, everyone who shows up every week. Sean, who likes to show up and watch the broadcast and play around with you in the chat, and my family, of course. So that's all I got, man. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired tonight, man.
All right, man. Well, go ahead and I'll let you lock it in. Great race tonight here, bud.
Appreciate it, Patrick. Thanks.
All right, take it easy, Rob. All righty, everybody, and that is Robert Roeder. We're going to kind of try one more time to see if I can catch up with our second place finisher here of Logan Romney. We're going to try one more time here and see if I can grab him. I know it's kind of been tough. Let's see if that number 11. Try one more time. Showing server mute. Nope. Server unmute. Nope. Try to see if we can grab a hold of him here.
Hello.
There he is, Logan Romney. Hey, bud. We got a copy on you, man. Hey, how's it going?
I'm here.
All right. Well, I think we got everything kind of squared away. I wonder if we're having a little bit of a room problem there, but we got it done. Dude, all right. I'm not going to say anything too bad, but I'm going to start off with, what a wild run. You came up 8 positions here tonight, but you made a lot of contact with the wall. Talk to me about it here.
Yeah, I was struggling early on. I just set it up too free, and took me a little bit to figure out what I needed to do with my brake bias to tighten me up for the long run. Yeah, and then last lap, I just went for it, tried to chastain it.
Well, we had our eyes on you. I said he's trying to chastain it. It's not working. Wrong track.
Yeah, it did not work at all.
No, it's too of a wide sweeping turn. You need more of the paper clip, man. Holy cow. But what a wild run it was, man. Talk to me a little bit about this paint scheme. We went with Skittles tonight. Any reason behind it?
Yeah, I let my little sister, Alyssa, design my cars, and this is what she wanted this week. So we made it happen. I'm not too big of a fan of it, but whatever she wants, she gets.
Got you top 3. Number 1, it got you top 3. Number 2, they brought lime back. They got rid of that apple. I hated the apple.
Yeah, I really wanted to get Rob right there since I won the truck race Monday night and he ran second. I wanted to have a little bit of more bragging on him.
All right, dude. Well, but still, what a wild run it was here tonight. How confident are you feeling at the Daytona Roval coming up next?
I'm not too big of a road course racer. My dad does it in real life, but probably gonna look for him for some pointers this week and see if we can just bring out a solid finish.
All right, that is definitely a good idea. I don't blame you for that. You'll still have a couple more chances here. I know you are looking outside the playoff spots here. I know Homestead and Daytona will be coming up next. And the way I look at it, Daytona's any man out here. There could be a complete, somebody who's not normally in the front could still have a chance to win at Daytona. So if you don't have it at the Roval, well, wait a couple weeks and we'll have you elsewhere, man, and have another shot. Logan Romney, your 11 Chevrolet Skittles car comes in second tonight. Dude, give me your shout-outs and let's tuck this one in for the night.
Yeah, just got to thank Ray Lane Motorsports, all the things he does for me, in iRacing and also real life. Without him, man, I don't know what I'd be. at this moment in my life. But just really all I got.
All right, man. Well, definitely appreciate you thanking Ray Lane. What I want you to do now is I want you to go find him and tell him why he ain't out here on the track.
Yeah, he's busy out of town working. I texted him 6 o'clock today, seeing if he was coming. He said, I ain't going to make it.
Dang. I was going to say, he's definitely a fast driver out there. I'd love to see him put down some more solid times down. He's kind of running out of time to get a win here, man. But great job here tonight, Logan Romney in the number 11. And we'll catch up with you next week.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, everybody, Logan Romney in number 11 got it done here tonight. Talk to me, Stella, here just a little bit about, what, kind of your takeaway from this race here.
I thought it went pretty much as planned. You said tires and pit strategy were going to be what we were going to see to make the winning run. Yeah,
definitely for sure, and that was definitely a wild run here right at the end. But that is going to do us for us here at Simtrax Broadcasting. Guys, it is Wednesday. That means you will be able to catch me at Coast to Coast Racing Network for the Xfinity League. That should be the final one that they've got going there. After that, it'll be Saturday at the, I believe we're at the Graceland Shootout Series. And then on Sunday, I'm at the King of the Wing, back with Coast to Coast on Sunday. So keep tuned in. Coast to Coast where I'll be. Racing Revolution, we got a bunch of races coming up, especially finales for sure. So keep tuned in. SimtraxBroadcasting.com has all my schedule and everything, even the new additions going on as well. But from Simtrax Broadcasting, Patrick Morrison here in the booth, Stella here next to me. We will catch up with you guys next time.
This is Echo. Echo Electric Supply is an independently owned and operated wholesale electrical distributor and has been since 1950. They take great pride in providing value-added products because they understand the needs of their customers. Sometimes those needs are more unique, and that's not a problem. And with 18 locations throughout the Midwest, they can provide fair price services and solutions to more people than ever before. This is Echo.
For the finest in vinyl siding, rain gutters, overhangs, storm and replacement windows, even patios and decks, trust in the experts at Ultimate Siding and Gutters. In addition to being licensed and insured, our technicians are also friendly and courteous, performing hassle-free service and installation at affordable rates. Plus, we provide free estimates for commercial and residential structures. Our entire staff will exceed your expectations. For the ultimate in siding, gutters, and much more, call Ultimate Siding and Gutters today.
It's no secret the real estate market can be a little tricky to figure out. In the Oklahoma City area, you need the experts at the Erhardt Group to guide you. We're one of the top-rated real estate teams in all of Oklahoma. We can help you buy, sell, and invest in real estate. And we've got a dedicated farm and ranch division too. the Erhardt Group, for all your Oklahoma real estate needs, and proud to be a sponsor of the Simtrax Racing broadcast.